here are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do have a wonderful program set up for you today. Of course, we'll get you caught up on what's happening out in the world. Deb's Woke News will do that around 3:20. 4 o'clock hour, what'd you do that's new? We'll go over Deb's choice of the morning show, the very first episode of that. 4:20, the job fair interview coming up with Monica Gagola. We'll talk to her. Trivia in the 5 o'clock hour. 6 o'clock hour, we'll do Ross Thoughts, the last call, your text calls and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Ross Padgett.
What is thy goon to a goblin?
407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, every day, all day at JimColbertLive.com. You can actually watch us do the show on YouTube if you like. Again, it's JimColbertLive.com.
And
just
you
click right through.
definitely don't want to go from a goon to a goblin.
You do not. Ross, you have a very unique look today, buddy. I gotta tell you.
I agree.
We've all commented on it.
Yeah. You get your John Waters stashes coming in, which I love.
Yeah. My tombstone.
And you have a very flowery hat and a very colorful, patterny kind of shirt, and then a members only jacket.
It's definitely. I'm really showing up with my earnest vibes today.
Yeah, it's
No.
it's like a fear and loathing look.
I think it's Ernest goes to iHeartMedia look.
Yeah, okay. Well, you look good, buddy. I don't know why you have a jacket on. It's beautiful outside.
Man, I'm a lizard person.
You do, you will.
It's always cold in these boots to me.
Yes, it is.
And I'd rather have a jacket and be able to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I don't know. I'm not good at fashion, guys.
No, I think you do a good job. I think it's...
But this is my outfit for the Dr. Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
So I tried to
tonight.
dress up a little bit.
What's going on at Dr. Phillips tonight?
I'm going to go see, slipping my mind, Pretty Girl. No.
Oh, yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
Woman.
Pretty Woman.
Right there.
Hey, pretty girl.
That's your going out to dinner outfit, isn't it? I like that.
Yeah, it's not my best work, but I think it's pretty cool. It looks
Yeah.
like I'm about to catch a hipster fish.
It
I'm
does.
sorry. Are you wearing the hat into the Dr. Phillips set?
No, I am not.
Yeah, do not do that, please. And then here's the thing: your wife. Every time she goes out, it is like the Met Gala. She looks a million, and then you look like an abductor.
I do. It looks like I'm trying to toss out very specific kinds of candy.
You can check him out YouTube. Just go to JimColbertLive.com. All right, 407-916-1041. Saw this little story. We'll kick this off. We have a bunch to get to today. All this news breaking about now the Department of Energy and the FBI claim that the COVID leak came from a Chinese lab. That's making a lot of splash. But there's a question with that it was posed on Fox News today. Or I should just say Fox today.
Yeah, don't give him the credit.
I don't want to ever call that news again, because now the owner of Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, has come out, and it turned out in the depositions in regards to this Dominion fraud case. Turns out everybody on Fox News knew that the whole thing was a sham. All of it was a lie. They were continually pushed it, maliciously pushed it. It's exactly what I've told you guys for 3 years since this thing started. Nobody over there believes any of this stuff. They just know that you do, and they can sell it to you truckload by the truckload, which is exactly what they've been doing, considering every Fox viewer a rube behind the scenes. And it's in black and white in court papers. This is not some guy making it up on the air trying to crush the right's look. Again, a conservative, but when you look at Fox News and what those three main personalities bring, Ingram, Hannity, and Carlson, and then you see everything behind the scenes, and then you hear from the owner that they've all been contacting each other, and it's all been a lie. They knew it from the onset that none of it was true, and they continued to push it. And the reason why? Ratings, money. Like everything, like I've told you again since I've been on the air, money. You want to find out where the problem is? Find out where the cash ends, and then you'll find out where it is.
Yeah, always.
And it ends in those pockets. And they had a lot to protect, and now it's going to get gross. because they have so much effing evidence. It's just insane how malicious that was for 3 years to purport that stuff onto that audience and consider them fools while doing it. It's just absolutely the most disrespectful thing you could do to another person. They discounted your intellect. They discounted it. They took it for granted. That's exactly what they did. They betrayed your trust is exactly what they did. And by the way, this doesn't escape any other channel from doing the same thing. But this is the news today. It's Fox today. I know I'm going to get the whole, MSNBC and CNN. Yeah, you're right. They have also done some sketchy stuff. But they're not in the news right now being sued for $1.6 billion. And I just find that interesting considering, the texture of those conversations over the last 3 years. It's the thing, and again, I wrote a buddy of mine today, an old friend of mine. He's an attorney. And I say an old friend. I don't even know if we're friends. I just know he's an attorney, and I've had some conversations, and he's one of these guys that is defensive of that entire scene a lot. And I emailed him today. And I said, I texted him today, and I said, hey, man, I'm just interested. You're a lawyer. You're a lawyer. You're sworn to uphold the truth. Sworn. It's your job. Without it, you have no job. If you break that trust. What do you think about this? And he's a line-towing guy. He's that guy.
Any response?
None yet. I'm interested. And here's the thing. I consider him a relatively smart guy. But that has been just an absolutely gross, malicious play of trust. It's genuinely unbelievable. And I feel bad, really, for the people who've invested their time into that station and supporting those personalities because they have literally been lied to face for the sole purpose of getting their money. Anybody else does that in their life, they don't talk to them again, by the way. Anybody else, any other family member, any friend does that to them, to anybody that listens to me. To me. You lie to me for my money, I'll never talk to you again. I'll never watch your station again. I'll never do any of that. Unbelievable, man. All right,
I think you may have picked up like 100 of my dollars 2 days ago. And I hate to be this guy. I saw you do it, so I think you owe me $100.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Not lying.
All right. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. An interesting case today. I say case, not a case. A guy went online and he's like, hey, look, I got a business class flight. I got on there. I booked and I saw that my flight didn't have my wife sitting next to me, but, I didn't book in time. And when I got on the plane, the entire plan was just to simply ask somebody kindly if they could switch seats so my wife and I could sit together, right? This is, somebody online, not myself. And he says, the guy goes, hey, excuse me, sir, do you mind if my wife sits over there? She gets a little nauseous if she doesn't have a window seat, and it happens to be her birthday. And the guy says, yeah.
Nauseous if you don't get the window seat. Get out of here, dude.
Sorry, that seems like a stretch.
Yeah, it does.
The guy looks over there and goes, nah, we're good. I'm good. And he goes, oh, no, really? I'm asking nicely. Do you mind? It's my wife's birthday, blah, blah, blah. And the guy says, no, I'm cool. No, thank you. I'm just going to keep my seat right here, right? And he went online expecting people to kind of get his back. And
no, dude.
It was like a weird thing. It was 50-50. Like, I've done this before, and they've said, and everyone has said yes.
You did this to a child.
No.
I did, you're right.
And there's nothing wrong with asking.
Right.
But you have to respect the guy's response, and he can say no, and then that's the end of it. Then it's like,
exactly.
Now I got to try and shame you publicly and get vindication on social media.
And let me tell you, people were handing him his ass. But the first response was, well, book your flight earlier, buddy.
Boom.
Right. How about you take control of the situation? If it was so important for you to sit next to your wife while she's sick and on her birthday, you should have made the plans better. And I'm the worst at this. My wife is always like, yeah, you're sitting in the back of the plane and I'm driving. Yeah. And I'll see you when we get there. I'll see you when we get there.
I got nothing wrong with the back of the plane.
No,
nothing.
It's actually safer, I heard.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My wife likes the front because you get on and off faster.
Yeah.
Now that's true, but they say in the case of a crash, you're more likely to live if you're in the back.
You get on, you get off faster. 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
I don't know. I just think it's you're right. It's probably not that much more. Maybe 10 max.
I'm chilling.
I've been in the back, and I just, that plane, flew, and everybody was standing up, and I never even looked up. I just saw my friend. It's going to be half an hour.
Like, if you are reading or something, if you're on the plane and land, continue to read. And the worst thing is to do is to stand up in your seat because you got to bend your head because of the overhead compartment, and you're in that position for 5 minutes, and then you wonder, oh man, my neck is killing me.
What I do, man.
And the funny thing is I used to be this guy too. They would all stand up and hunch over like you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? You're going nowhere, and you're just
I'm one of
hunching
those
over.
people.
Read another chapter in your book. That's all you got to do.
Let's not
check out Sky Mall.
Let's not gloss over Deb's confession right now.
She's
Just
one of
saying that
those
she's
people.
one of those people.
Yeah, I'm a huncher.
Are you really? Why would
I'm
you
a
do
huncher.
that? Like,
Get the F out of my way. Come on, people, let's go.
you can't skip because
Let's
you'll
go.
get called out of
Let's
it.
go.
No, yeah, you wait.
Hey, they're
Oh,
nice
yeah,
smile. Oh no, you go ahead. Just move.
And let me tell you what, if you're on a 4.5, 5 hour flight from the West Coast, you land in Central Florida and you try to butt your way through that plane line, but I got to tell you, you're going to get elbow checked by a whole bunch of people. I mean, Granny's going to get you. Aunt B's going to get you. Everybody's going to check you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, there's none of that. They don't care who you are, what you look like. You are not getting off this plane faster than me. You
Bring
are
it.
back there. And I've seen guys like with just backpacks. They'll get up the instant the plane lands and they'll walk up to the front of the plane and just stand there.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're going to slide out. And man, those attendants do not care. They're like, I got your money, dude, and you're here. You're good.
And they have a black belt in passive aggressiveness.
Oh,
The stewardess,
Flight attendants.
flight attendants. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
Are they not air? Can I call them air stewardess?
You
No.
can call
No.
them flying waitresses is what you should call them.
Oh, there we go, Ross. Lean in. Lean in.
I thought they were stewardesses.
That's the old.
That's the
In
old term.
1960,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
I'm
new
bringing it back.
the new term is air winch.
yeah.
All right. So flight attendant.
Flight attendant, yeah.
You say flight
And
attendant.
we just got a text from one flight attendant for 20 years in a plane. If a crash happens, it's a crapshoot. If you drove straight into a mountain, no one's living.
Yeah, I mean you're going 500 miles an hour. I get 500 to 0 doesn't really do well with a
Hey,
human body.
I saw Lost. I know some people can survive.
Yeah, exactly. I just saw Castaway twice this weekend.
go.
Thank you,
Twice.
Freeform.
Back
Why
in the-
twice?
back-
Well,
yeah,
that's 'cause
well,
that's the only thing that was on Freeform. I had it on in the background.
God
What
almighty.
happened?
you're the one who's watching Freeform. I was wondering. I keep seeing the ads. I'm like,
I
Yeah.
do.
I want to see that Hidden Figures movie.
That's a good one. I
yeah.
saw that last weekend.
Oh, I saw a story today that was kind of interesting too, and we got to get out of here in a second, but I want to talk about it later. It was somebody on Reddit complaining that they hate it when they don't like a movie that everybody else loves. And they're like the movie they're talking about is everything all at once or everything everywhere all at once.
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
They're like, everybody loves this movie and I don't get it. I don't like it. And I'm getting chewed apart by my friends and I feel terrible. Why is that? Why are there movies that everybody else likes and I just don't get it? And they were like really upset about it. I've had that happen a bunch, by the way.
That's art. That's the
Yeah.
beautiful thing
Exactly.
about anything ever created. Like some people, they make a movie and then years down the road, somebody like Deb watches Castaway twice.
They paid their
Not
entire
back
bills
to
on
back.
I
Deb's weekend.
At least on the second one, did you watch it in reverse so he got away on a plane?
Deb is so desperate not to leave her house, she will watch just movies on repeat.
That is not.
If you watch
very
the
far
movie
from
in
the
reverse,
truth.
he actually ends up gaining a bunch of weight at the end of the film.
My wife just likes it when volleyball's talk. That's all.
Yeah, I watch it in reverse to see him get together with Helen Hunt.
Right, yeah. Well, it was worth the plane crash to get away from her, says Bill Paxton. 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Deb, what's coming up for news?
I've heard that. An Orlando area shooting suspect is hit with new charges. There's a sign of life returning to normal in Southwest Florida. And all right, people, Canadian police are reminding their citizens not to call 911 because they're hangry.
It was one time.
We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
I actually thought it was going to be when they run out of moose heads.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was going to be. All right, back in a sec. 407-916-1041. Deb's News coming up and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Smart speakers can't stop you from saying stupid stuff when you're coming out of anesthesia. When I grow up, I want to be a puppy. But they can't play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. All you got to do is ask.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
We're seeing slow traffic out of Polk County eastbound on I-4 between U.S. Highway 27 to 429 and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound to Solid Ride 2 between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Watch for accident delays westbound on the 408. At the exit ramp to Anderson Street, the right lane is blocked. See traffic problems? Call the Safe Touch Security Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Start your day at Wawa. With 2 for $5 sizzles in your favorite varieties, like a new bacon burrito. Enjoy a delicious breakfast on the go. Gotta have Wawa.
This hour of programming is sponsored by Nissan. We make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Got a penny? Because this week only, that's all you need at RenaCenter.com. Through March 4th, shop brand name furniture, appliances, and more. And just 1 penny pays your first week on any new online agreement. Only at RenaCenter.com. Rental purchase lease transactions. Offer valid on new online agreements from February 26th through March 4th. 1 penny pays for initial rental period until first renewal up to 12 days. Offer will not reduce total cost to own. Ownership is optional. Participating locations only. Visit RenaCenter.com for details.
So, what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right? Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Blue gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
Sometimes the easiest upgrades make a home feel brand new, and new flooring is often one of those updates. Swapping worn-out floors or dated-looking carpet for luxurious wood-look vinyl plank is a quick and affordable way to transform a dated space into a modern home you can be proud of. With the largest selection of in-stock vinyl plank flooring at the guaranteed lowest price, Home Outlet is the destination for all of your home remodel needs. Visit the team at your local 100% employee-owned Home Outlet today.
Daytona Supercross is more than the race that defines careers and the sound of revving engines echoing in your ears. It's more than the brutal competition on the gnarliest course that I've designed to date. It's your heart thumping from being closer to the action than you've ever been before. The atmosphere, under the lights. I'm Ricky Carmichael, and this is Daytona Supercross. Do you feel it?
You will. Saturday, March 4th at the World Center of Racing. Get tickets and trackside access at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Is that a horse?
Actually, it's a wild stallion. Since Navy Federal Credit Union's Platinum Card made it easier to tame our holiday debt, I wanted to see if I could tame something else.
Uh-huh.
Help me saddle up. I need to pick the kids up from school.
With a low intro APR on balance transfers, the Platinum Credit Card lets you take control of your debt. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/Platinum offer. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
With weather starting to warm up, it's time to update your outdoor space with Lowe's. Right now, start prepping with lawn essentials like fertilizer. Get Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed Fertilizer starting at just $32.48. And tackle outdoor cleaning with powerful electric pressure washers starting at just $99. Visit us in-store or online to get a head start on your spring projects today. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 2/23 to 3/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Steve Kramer here with a divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life.com.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me. Nuh-uh. Oh no, he's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back.
DINOVITE.com.
2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety, and it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. We are J. David Tax Law, a local firm right here in Florida. Your first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you, and our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Guys, don't forget, tomorrow is the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair at the Orlando Science Center. Noon until 4. We'll be there. Tons of recruiters, 70 actually. We'll have a couple of them on here in just a few minutes. Possibilities for new careers are there for sure. Again, that's Florida Jobs Now Job Fair at the Orlando Science Center. Tomorrow, noon till 4. Our own Deborah Roberts is going to be there for a little bit.
What?
Yeah.
Is she looking for a job?
Noon to 1. I don't know.
This is the first hour you're looking for a job.
I don't know. Got those signing bonuses. Some pretty cool Coast Guard chicks coming in.
That's right. All brought to you by SeaWorld and Aquatica. That's FLJobsNow.com. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Jack and Ross right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News. It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Besides, Jack, I don't want to be anywhere but here.
Right on.
Torturing you guys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, additional charges have been filed against the suspect accused in an Orlando area shooting spree. Orange County Sheriff John Mina announced an arrest warrant was served on the 19-year-old last night, charging him with killing 9-year-old Tiana Major and Spectrum News 13 TV reporter Dylan Lyons last week. The suspect is also facing charges for the attempted murders of the girl's mother and news photographer Jesse Walden. When he was arrested, the suspect was initially only charged with the shooting that killed 38-year-old Natasha Augustin. And I don't know if you guys heard the heartbreaking details about Tiana, but when she was shot, she woke her mother up, who was taking a nap at the time. The mother and daughter ended up barricading themselves at some point in the bathroom, which is part of the reason why he's facing armed burglary charges as well, is because he went into those folks' home with his weapon. It's
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Completely indiscriminate, by the way.
Completely indiscriminate.
He knows none of these people, by the way. Did you hear he got picked up by the one that he shot? He shot her in the back through the back seat. The Augustine chick, the one they found originally. He didn't even know her. They thought at first there was
the first killing.
There was nothing. Just indiscriminately killing people.
Well, again, I mean, he indiscriminately killed a 9-year-old girl and a news crew that was there covering his earlier homicide. The only good news out of this is that the journalist injured in that shooting last week is out of the hospital. Spectrum News 13 photographer Jesse Walden got out yesterday. Of course, he was hurt in last week's shooting that killed reporter Dylan Lyons. Now, for their part, Central Florida law enforcement agencies are furious, and they're calling on the state to make changes in the juvenile justice system, saying more often than not, their hands are just simply tied by the law. The suspect, the 19-year-old suspect accused in that deadly mass shooting last week, reportedly has a very long criminal record dating back to 2018. And while there are new rules to handle young offenders, the Volusia County Sheriff says he wants to see a mandatory sentence to go with gun-related crimes, regardless of the age of the perpetrator. Governor Ron DeSantis is working on a crime package in his budget to create a juvenile justice education system. expect lawmakers to probably at least discuss it during the legislative session that begins March 7th. All right. You do not want to call this attorney. Pinellas deputies have arrested an attorney they say ripped off clients who sued to recover damages from car crashes.
Was his name Alex Murdaugh?
No.
Different one?
A different one, actually. This one is Sheriff Bob Gualtieri says 44-year-old Christopher Reynolds took more than $850,000 from more than 16 clients. Oh, that part hurts, but that's not all. Gualtieri says Reynolds had a drug problem and was also spending his client settlement money on adult websites, ride sharing, because he's responsible, and prostitutes. Gualtieri says that in addition to losing their money, Reynolds' clients are now on the hook for those medical expenses related to their court cases.
Oh, my God.
Think of all those cases that Glenn Klausman brings us every week for Colbert Court of people who have injuries.
Right.
They're counting on these settlements to help them pay their medical bills for days, weeks, months, possibly years in the future.
Unreal.
And this guy spent it on prostitutes, adult websites, and ride sharing, and now they're on the hook.
Unreal.
Because they got the settlement.
This is a bad thing, right? Okay, just
yeah, it's not good.
Not only that, Gualtieri says there's no sign of even any remorse. Just none.
And this guy Murdoch took like $16 million.
Yeah, exactly.
16, $18 million.
This guy was well on his way. Now, detectives believe there may be more victims. So if that name, Christopher Reynolds, sounds familiar to you and you live in the Gulf Coast, you might want to get in touch with law enforcement. His law license has been suspended by the Florida Supreme Court, and he could face as much as 30 years in prison if convicted of all charges.
This guy was wiling out, man.
He was wiling out, seriously wiling out, and leaving a whole bunch of people left with...
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
Isn't it? I mean,
this
just...
is like a leaving Las Vegas moment where you just sell your BMW and head to Vegas and drink yourself to death.
Which is fine if it was only hurting him and not these 16 people who went to court, won their case, got their settlement, never knowing their attorney was going to end up using it to fund his lifestyle.
If you're stealing money to pay for, 8-ball after 8-ball and some girl named like Rhonda or something in a pink dress, God, you are going hard.
You got to make better life choices.
Yeah, you got to pump the brakes.
Hey, speaking of pumping the brakes, relief could be on the way for drivers near downtown Orlando. The Central Florida Expressway Authority plans to conduct a 6-month study to figure out ways to improve traffic on State Road 408, specifically between Kirkman Road and Church Street. Officials believe they could add an extra lane in each direction because that's what it needs is more construction. But the authority is expected to provide more details on its plan during a community meeting at 5:30 this evening at Carver Middle School. Keep in mind, yesterday we had the 408 westbound closed for 3-4 hours because of at least a couple of accidents that had taken place.
Oh, yeah. It was
so
bad.
It's just the congestion in that area is crazy.
It's gotten a lot, I don't know. The I-4 project, by the way, do you realize it's been a year for those express
I heard
lanes?
that on the news that the express lanes are a year old, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it's bananas.
I don't know if I don't think we've been using them a year. I don't know what they're calling it's done, but I use it Sunday because it was free.
Yeah, that's right.
Was it really?
It was
just
free,
on Sunday.
Yeah, to celebrate their 1-year anniversary. But just over the weekend. Yeah, they're back to taking your money today, though.
It's only 50 cents a segment.
I know, but still.
I can borrow that kind of cash.
All right, a bill being debated in Tallahassee will destroy higher education as we know it. Now, that's the claim professors and teachers made yesterday about House Bill 999. The bill would give school boards of trustees more power to affect curriculum. It was criticized in a statement released by the American Association of University Professors, the American Federation of Teachers, and the National Coalition Against Censorship. They write it would destroy academic freedom, tenure, shared governance, and university independence. They add it would make Florida's colleges and universities an arm of the DeSantis political operation. And speaking of that operation, Governor Ron DeSantis' new book is out today. It's called The Courage to Be Free, Florida's Blueprint for America's Revival, and it's the second book he's written. Now, DeSantis says he wrote it while on the campaign trail running for re-election last year, whenever he was able to find some free time. I don't want to shock you, But political pundits say DeSantis is likely testing the waters for a 2024 presidential run.
What?
I'm not 100 on that.
Well, while he's doing
nothing he's done leads me to believe that's the truth.
I know, really. It's just
Except
a crapshoot.
I think it's brilliant, though. I got to tell you, I think it's brilliant. I think him not responding to anything that Donald Trump says is brilliant. Just let him keep ragging other Republicans, which is a big hot button for Republicans right now. Kind of interesting stuff happening. They're bailing on CPAC. Like, the Republican Party is in a straight-up metamorphosis right now. It really is. You see that? Like, nobody's going to CPAC now. Nobody. Not the chairman of the R, not Ron McDan. Nobody's going.
Is it because of that loyalty pledge?
Ted Cruz. It's just weird that they don't. It's like they don't see eye to eye anymore. It's like they've lost. I mean, that used to be the thing, you know.
Yeah. Oh, the party's been
What's
fractured.
happening in the party?
Yeah.
It's really fractured. It
Very
really is.
fractured. Senator Rick Scott is filing a bill to designate this week as National Fentanyl Awareness Week. Now, the Florida Republican is also hosting a roundtable on the crisis with affected families and border and law enforcement leaders. I don't know if you guys know this, but Florida leads the nation in fentanyl deaths.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This is just in 2020, where the Florida Medical Examiners Commission says fentanyl caused. Jimmy, you go first. How many deaths do you think fentanyl caused in 2020?
Nationwide?
No, this is just in Florida. Florida in 2020.
I'll go 600.
600. Jack?
Oh, I'll go 1,000.
Oh,
That's a
get
gap,
it,
dude.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that
That
gap?
is
What are you
not
gonna
a
do with it?
gap. I'm going to take the dub here, 1,001.
Yeah, that's easy.
It's actually 5,300 deaths in 2020. That is a 63% increase from the year before.
Is there a chapter in Governor DeSantis' book on dealing with that problem?
Wow, man, that's unbelievable. 5,000 people.
5,000 in 1 year, a 63% increase from the year before. And this is another story we had covered yesterday during Woke News, and there is an update today. South Florida rapper Kodak Black. He's going to be heading to an inpatient treatment facility next week after he's accused of failing a random drug test. Black, whose real name is Bill Capri, agreed to his attorney's offer despite claims of the situation being unjust. They're questioning the results of the drug test, the third one, I guess, that he took that he failed.
Yeah. This guy is a complete menace, is he not, Ross? I mean, he is just completely wilding out 100% of the time.
I love Kodak
Does
Black.
not give an F.
Not as much as that lawyer, I'll tell you that. That lawyer was going way too hard. Can we back this up? Kodak Black's name is Bill?
Bill Capri. Bill Capri.
K-A-P-R-I or
That's
Capri.
right.
It could be Bill Capri or
I don't care about his last name.
It's Bill.
His first name is Bill.
It's Bill. Yeah. So instead of returning him to jail, the judge will let Kodak Black enter an inpatient treatment facility for 30 days. Now, while still disputing the failed February 8th drug test for fentanyl, Kodak Black's attorney admitted a, quote, a little tune-up on any abuse of legal drugs that Bill may or not be taking would be good for him. You know, just a little tune-up, not bad.
Bill Capri sounds like the manager for a Jimmy Hula's.
Now, this is the best part, you guys. The judge agreed to let Capri turn himself in a week from today so he can perform at Los Angeles' Rolling Loud, where some of the money is going to charity.
Very nice. That'll teach
Does he know what Rolling Loud means?
That'll teach him. This guy's never going to break the law again. Not with,
Never.
Not with a penalty like that.
Never.
Already been pardoned out of, I think was it I don't know if it was federal prison he was pardoned out of from Trump for weapons charges and things of that nature. And then he gets out and just immediately goes crazy again. I think he was rearrested or re-looked at again within months of being pardoned.
I hope so. He is one of the funniest people, though.
Yeah.
God, man, he cracks me up. He has some of the best, like, if you just look up his funniest moments, he is hilarious.
So check those out. But in the meantime, there's a sign of life returning to normal in Southwest Florida. The Sanibel Island Lighthouse was illuminated this morning for the first time since Hurricane Ian devastated the Fort Myers area. The iconic lighthouse lost one of its legs during the storm, which made landfall near Sanibel 5 months ago today, you guys.
Wow.
5 months ago today. The lighthouse began operation back in 1884. It is one of the first lighthouses on Florida's Gulf Coast, north of Key West and the Dry Tortugas.
Yep.
And then finally, this is a national note. It's a sad note. I've been seeing the push notifications and was really kind of unaware what was going on. But sadly, actor Tom Sizemore is not expected to survive after suffering a brain aneurysm at his home in Los Angeles earlier this month. That's according to a statement made by the 61-year-old's representative on Monday. Yeah, doctors have now recommended Sizemore's family consider end-of-life decisions.
Yeah.
Doctors say he suffered a brain aneurysm as a result of a stroke on February 18th, and he's been in a coma ever since.
Dude wrote it hard, though. If you guys remember, Tom Sizemore had a really tough time after like Black Hawk Down or whatever. He just
Saving
lost
Private
his
Ryan?
mind. Yeah, one of those. But he was with Heidi Fleiss, meth issues, coke issues, heroin issues. Can I tell you, I bet most people in Hollywood never thought he'd make it in 61.
Yeah, he looked like that's why I kind of gasped a little when you said 61 because I just imagined he was older just by the image.
Wrote it hard and put it away wet, boys.
That's right. He went at it.
Well, he's not the only one. Joe Exotic is refusing treatment for his spreading cancer. TMZ reports his prostate cancer has now spread to his bladder. The Tiger King is currently behind bars in North Carolina and has about 20 years left in his sentence. He said his doctor wants him to go through testing for his illness, but he'd rather let the disease, quote, take its course, end quote. TMZ also reports he recently updated his will to leave everything to his fiancée, whom he met online, Seth Posey.
Yeah. Who loves him? Who really loves him?
For who he is.
Really loves him. Has nothing to do with the money
Absolutely
or any of the
not, or
licensing
fame.
or anything after
Nothing.
the fact. I promise you.
Stop it.
Nobody loves Tiger King like this guy Posey.
That he met online.
Yep.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Soulmates.
Just like there's nothing wrong with this.
No, I'll be honest with you. There's something a little wrong with that. If you're meeting somebody online, hey, 2 thumbs up. If that person's in prison and you still communicate, there's something wrong.
Thumb sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, a strip club in Massachusetts is hoping to become the nation's first topless cannabis dispensary.
What?
Club Castaway in Whatley, north of Springfield, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, has been closed since the pandemic started, but will reopen within the next 2 months. Now, the owners recently presented a plan to transition their business over the next year by removing the dancing and the alcohol, but keeping the nudity. They think this could bring, quote, cannabis tourism to town. Okay. The club still has several hoops to get through as long as they're jumping, right? Am I right? Mm-hmm. All right, and then finally, police in Manitoba, Canada, are reminding citizens not to call 911 just because they're hangry. I've considered this.
I've been there a bunch in my life.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police tweeted that they had a call from a woman angry about the long drive-through lane at Burger King. The tweet reads, quote, "We realize you aren't you when you're hangry, but this is not a valid reason to dial 911, end quote. A spokesperson for the Mounties told Canadian news outlet CBC that the tweet was partially joking, but noted that tying up an emergency operator for a non-emergency is still really a serious issue.
Cannot do that. I thought, isn't that the whole gist of that Snickers?
Yeah,
campaign?
exactly.
Yeah.
Eat a Snickers. Exactly.
And not once in those commercials did they ever go, "You're acting hungry, stop calling the police."
Right, exactly. I still think the Betty White of those Snickers commercials were the best.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Now, we all know that we're supposed to get more than one quote on a mortgage, but statistics show that really only about 25% of us actually do. Why? Well, it's easy because we're busy and it takes too much time. Well, that mortgage guy, Don, I mean, seriously, he makes it so easy for you that you really have no excuse not to. And you can do it right there at your desk. Go to thatmortgageguydon.com, hit the compare quote button, put in your contact info, tell him your credit score, upload your quote, and he does the rest. He'll interpret your quote and let you know if you can do better. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Still showing the world every aspect of your life on social media? Yep, us too. Find Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We do have another warm afternoon ahead. Highs will be soaring to the mid, if not upper 80s across the interior with mostly sunny skies. Winds out of the west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wake up temperatures tomorrow in the 60s, and the heat is on for the rest of the week. We could be seeing afternoon highs nearing 90 degrees by Friday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. If it's possible to have too much pepperoni on one pizza, then Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico pushes the limit deliciously. Order one today at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
2023 is here for sure. Was LASIK one of your New Year's resolutions? Well, if it was and you haven't made that move yet, you got to do that. Schedule that consultation with the leader in vision correction surgery. Of course, we're talking about the Filutowski Eye Institute. My son, my father-in-law, 118, 158, got their eyes done. Same experience, virtually overnight, new life. A whole new life. That's exactly what Dr. Filutowski does. They use the latest state-of-the-art tech. Their surgeons are awesome, performed thousands of these procedures. You are in good hands. I trusted my son's eyesight to Dr. Filutowski. You can as well. Simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that LASIK consultation with the Filutowski Eye Institute today.
What happened during COVID I call the car rush, like the gold rush. It was crazy. Cars went nuts. Then they came down hard. And now they're leveling off, and I believe they're coming up a little bit. So if you want to sell your car, go to GiveMeTheVin.com, and you will get a good check, a quick payoff, a clean pickup, and a great experience. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main Office Orlando.
On the podcast, The Last Soviet, Lance Bass from NSYNC shares his own experiences of astronaut training in Russia. Yes, that's true. And tells the story of the final cosmonaut, a man trapped in space while his nation crumbled to the ground.
His name is Sergei Krikalev. He's a Soviet cosmonaut, and he's manning the world's only space station, the pride and joy of the USSR.
Listen to The Last Soviet on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, don't speak to the insurance company. They aren't your friend, and any statement you give them could be used against you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Camping World Stadium March 4th. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Circle K, and your local Ford dealers. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Are you ready for Bike Week? Come join us for not one, but 2 free concerts brought to you by Rich Newsom, motorcycle lawyer. That's right, 2 free concerts at the world-famous Cackleberry Campground in New Smyrna Beach. Come out and see Confederate Railroad Sunday, March 5th, followed by Colt 4th Thursday, March 9th. Shows start at 8 p.m. We can't wait to see you there. Brought to you by Rich Newsom, motorcycle lawyer. For more details, visit bigbikelaw.com.
I love going on double dates to McDonald's. And by double, I mean twice a day. And by dates, I mean quality time with my choice of a savory sausage biscuit or sausage McMuffin paired with hash browns for $2.79 in the morning. Then sneak away for either a delicious McDouble or McChicken with small fries on the side for $3.69 later in the day. Who needs romance when there's McDonald's? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid when product served.
No matter what I get, it's 20% off every day when I spend $1 on the McDonald's app. So yesterday was my please the whole fam on the way to the game meal. Today is my finally get them to stop asking, are we there yet, meal. Who knows what tomorrow will be? Maybe a delicious crispy chicken sandwich all for myself meal. Whatever it is, it's a win. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through December 31st, 2023 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. McD app download and registration required.
On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Easy Cater presents We've Got Your Back, Up Singers.
So I order barbecue for a 20-person client meeting. Easy Cater calls and says, "Hi Sarah, you probably need more food for that many people. Want us to add it for you?" I say yes, please. Turns out they were right. Good thing they asked, because Joyce's meeting notes can be pretty sassy when she's hungry.
Client meetings, Easy Cater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com and know.
We got your back. This hour of Real Radio brought to you by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming March 1st.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1 on this beautiful Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. We deeply appreciate it. How about a day, though?
I know.
Unreal out there. So beautiful. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Of course, you can always watch the show, JimColbertLive.com. Click right through to... You know that Fritz had a trivia night. Fritz does trivia on Tuesday nights out at Cabo's.
Very cool.
Did you know that? That's awesome. I like supporting Fritz. He's a good dude.
He is, indeed.
Yeah.
You should go out there and get your butt kicked.
You know, I made a mistake with Fritz. Do I want to say that? Yeah, I will. No. I mean, you know, it's the truth. I mean, it's not a slam or anything like that. We were when the file went. We were offered Fritz on the Street, which is a really popular game that he does with the News Junkie. Well, in my mind, you know, when I'm rebuilding the show, I really wanted as little of the Phillips File on the air as possible. I wanted to create a new brand that didn't seem like we were just kind of taking over a show. We were creating a new thing altogether. And boy, was that's a regret. I have to tell you, every time I hear that game show on Sean's program and I listen to it, Fritz is such a monster on the air. He's so good at what he does. That was a dumb decision.
Yeah, I believe that game was born in 2016.
Wow. Yeah, that was a dumb decision. I should have taken that game.
Yeah.
Sean took it and ran with it, and they do such a good job. It's such an entertaining segment.
Yeah,
so if you want
is.
to check out Fritz tonight, Fritzy's going to be at Cavo's Bar and Kitchen, which is amazing food, by the way. Tuesdays at 7:30 doing some trivia tonight if you want to check him out. Good dude, by the way. All right, 407-916-1041. Go ahead, Jack.
Well, yeah, why don't you just take it? Why don't you have like a knife fight with Wasson for it?
Oh, that's some web hits there.
Dude, I saw him yesterday for the first time in a long-ass time, man. We had our little get-together there at the station. You know, he has 5 tattoos I haven't seen.
Oh, he went tattoo crazy.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a year. Maybe longer than a year, dude.
Does that intimidate you now? Are you a little more scared of him?
Oh, no, I'm not scared of him. No, it's nothing to do. But his tattoos were cool. I told him his look good. We've seen C-Lane. I haven't seen Sabby in a while either. It was good to see her.
We should get tats. Something.
A matching tat? We could all get...
Just think about this, right? Jack is the only one with tattoos.
Yeah, what does that tell you?
I know. The one out of the 4 of us you would assume wouldn't.
Right.
The one in the leadership role. The one who's really good at Groupons.
Yeah.
It's just
the PD.
The key is you find a deal that you're interested in anyway. Don't buy something you don't need just because you have the Groupon.
That guy.
That's the tattoo.
That's the tattoo guy.
That is the tattoo.
It's the Groupon G.
We should get that with quote marks and then a little line that says Jack Bradshaw.
Jack puts the G in Groupon. I think I just said the word Geo.
All right, 407-916-1041.
Yeah,
Jack, you're up next for What'd You Do? You already have what you're going to choose for? So did you already come to the decision?
I have one.
Uh-oh.
But I was thinking about another.
Were you?
Yeah, I have a list. I keep a list on my phone.
By the way, it turns out I do have Apple TV.
Yep. Always knew you did. 1000% knew it.
Would you like to know Would you like to know the last thing that I watched on Apple TV? What was the last thing required to have Apple TV for What'd You Do?
Did you ever do?
I think it was Ted Lasso.
We did assign Ted
First
Lasso,
episode
right?
of Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've watched on it.
Jesus.
One episode of Ted Lasso I've been paying for. When was that, 2 years ago?
The good news is the third season of
$250.
Ted Lasso drops on March 15th, so you can just keep it and start watching Ted Lasso.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the show that you suggested may be attractive to me. Who knows?
Oh. I was surprised when it came out.
Then you could jump in on the new one, Shrinking.
Yeah.
No, man. Somebody told me about that show. It's Harrison Ford, right? He's a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something?
He's in it, but he's not the main guy in it. He's not the main star of it. He plays more of a,
supporting
character.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Harrison said that it was one of the best scripts he's ever read. That's what got him on board.
It's episodic, though, right? Isn't it? It's an episodic show?
Yeah.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger just signed up for his first streaming show. I mean, gone are the days where if you were a movie star and you did TV, it basically meant your career was over.
Yeah, you're right. And okay, so Ross, you'll know who this chick is. And that new Schwarzenegger show, have you seen the trailer for it, Deborah?
No.
Who is that blonde lady? She's got an interesting name. I saw her on Dry Bar. She's a bigger girl, and she's got real fuzzy, crazy blonde hair, and she's got a real kind of unique name. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Not Artemis.
She stars in this show with the Schwarzenegger dude. She's in this show as like his partner or whatever.
Remus.
It's something odd like that.
Yeah.
If you go, the show is called and he's
Foo
like
Bar.
Yeah, Foo
Is it
Bar.
Foo
That's the name
Bar?
of the show.
Yeah.
Foo Bar. That's it. And she cup checks
Feaster,
him.
right? Feaster. Come on.
What's her name?
Someone help me out here. Feaster. I'm going with Feaster.
It's something Feaster. It is. It's something like that.
Oh,
It's
Fortune. Yes. Fortune Feimster?
Fortune Fester.
Feimster.
Femster.
I don't
Fortune
think we're
Femster. She plays
do
the
me a
part
favor,
of
Jack.
Ruth.
The next segment, just play the buzzer the entire segment.
What's
Because
interesting
we
with
just-
her is when she came out to her mom immediately took her to Hooters. Because she figured, when she came out to her mom
I
as
didn't know she was
lesbian.
gay.
Yes.
I didn't know she
I
was
saw
gay.
an interview with her. I want to say it was with Kelly Clarkson, her mom. I mean, because she's like a Midwest girl. She's like the farm, fed girls that I went to school with in Wisconsin. Her mom didn't know what else to do. So when she came out and said, "Mom, I'm gay," her mom took her to Hooters.
How are you just finding out that she's gay?
I didn't know she was gay.
We didn't even know her name a minute ago.
Right. I knew
She's
she was
a funny
stand-up.
comedian, yeah.
I knew
Fortune
she was a stand-up,
Feimster,
and that's
yeah.
it. Yeah, something like that.
Hey, Jim, didn't you watch Severance?
I watched 3 episodes and then just stopped. Is she in that as well?
No, but that's also on Apple TV Plus.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hey,
That's the
you
other
have a
thing I
problem.
watched.
You have a problem with streaming services.
I don't.
You have
I've
too
got
much
them all,
power.
Buddy. I got them all.
Yeah,
I
we
got
know.
all the streaming services.
You get
I
your
got
HBO Max or your Hulu.
I got Roku. I got them all.
I think my pick today for What'd You Do will be the 5 episodes of Severance you didn't watch yet.
Oh.
All right. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let's see what everybody thought about the morning show. Deb's choice for What'd You Do that's new. And, of course, we'll find out what Jack has to offer as well. That's all next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio. 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Will avoid westbound Colonial Drive near Dean Road. Authorities still working to clear a crash there that's blocking the right lane, causing delays. Westbound travel on I-4 still heavy between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. We're seeing delays too eastbound on I-4 out of Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 to 429, as well as southbound 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and get you back on the road in less time than it takes to get over from the express lane to the exit ramp. Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Hey guys, Jim here for my friends over at Solar Bear. Last year, right here in Orlando, 3 different utility rate increases, and they're meeting regarding another one this year. You, however, can stop going along with these rate increases because now happens to be the time to go solar with Solar Bear, the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida. They can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. Not to mention, Solar Bear, the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. All you have to do, just simply visit solarbear.com today and get that free estimate. And check it out. While you're getting that, realize they have 0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill. Say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This Friday, play this with me. Guy Ritchie, the director of Sherlock Holmes and the Gentleman, brings you the first great action comedy of the year. Don't miss Operation Fortune.
You dance, I'll play.
Starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, and Hugh Grant. Game on. Operation Fortune, rated R.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
In St. Pete Clearwater, every day is a great escape. With 35 miles of white sand, there's no better place to get away. So let's explore the secluded beaches of Fort DeSoto or paddle our way around Honeymoon Island. Let's kick back, kayak, and catch crimson sunsets. Let's trade busy schedules for laid-back vibes. Let's make today and tomorrow a beach day. Let's shine. Plan your escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
This hour of Real Radio brought to you by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming March 1st.
Alphabet Boys is a new podcast series that goes inside undercover investigations. In the first season, we're diving into an FBI investigation of the 2020 protests. It involves a cigar-smoking mystery man who drives a silver hearse.
And inside this hearse was like a lot of guns.
But are federal agents catching bad guys or creating them?
He was just waiting for me to set the date, the time, and then for sure he was trying to get it to happen.
Listen to Alphabet Boys on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan.
for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
If there's a movie that a lot of people are liking and you just don't get it, and you don't like it because of that, it's likely a smart movie, and it just went over your head, and you're dumb. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, buddy. That's all right. Probably happens. I don't get many that email me, but sometimes I do. I'll give you a good one that happened to me like that. Oh, man. The one with the Upside Down World.
Stranger Things?
No.
Coco?
No, the movie. Christopher Nolan.
Oh, Inception.
Inception, that's it. Did not get it. Watched it twice. Did not like it. Didn't get it. Don't understand it. Everybody loved it. Made tons of money. Not my thing.
Has anyone other than Ross seen Everywhere?
I have, yeah.
Jack has seen it,
yeah.
And you liked it?
I did. Absolutely.
Yeah, everything.
I want to see it again.
Everywhere all at once, I believe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's on Showtime now.
You are going to watch that movie.
I think he's going to hate it.
You're going to
hate it.
sit
Oh, big
back
time,
and you're
yeah.
going to go, wow.
Do you think I'll like it?
I
Yeah,
hate
Deb,
it.
you'll like it.
I
Do you
think
think I'm
Deb
gonna
might
hate-
like it, yeah.
Why would you think I'm going to hate it? That's why would you think that?
Because if Inception went over, then I think this is going to go over.
Did you get Inception? Did you understand it? That's a common thing, though, with Inception, that a lot of people just didn't kind of understand what they were trying to achieve there, right?
I
And the
don't
other one
know
was-
if it's
the other one was-
common, but...
Really? The other one was just as bad, right?
Now, Tenet, people...
There you go. It's the same movie.
No. Not
No?
the same movie. There's no dreams in Tenet.
Oh, same to me, it looked like the same movie. It was just a mismatch. I didn't get it. Didn't connect with me. I don't know.
Yeah,
All right,
the whole dream within a dream. Within a dream. Within a dream.
All right. There you go. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Let's do What'd You Do That's New. Deb, Jack, and Ross here as well.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new? Hey! We're the only new, something new to do. We're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law. We'll talk to Glenn on Thursday. That's KLAUSMANLaw.com. Offices Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. What are you shaking your head for?
Because I'm an idiot.
Why is that?
Because I keep forgetting that when you take cotton off and you're wearing headphones, you're going to feel an electric shock that's going to start in your ears and it's going to go all the way through your body.
Yeah, I get that. I get that there all the time.
Oh.
My left ear gets a little shock in it occasionally. All right,
Oh,
what'd you
that's
do?
what that's from?
Yeah, you guys. I always
yeah.
wonder if you guys can hear it zipping on the air as it's zipping through my body.
I
as
never heard that. I always thought it was like a short in the
Yeah, I did too.
the system. I didn't know it was static.
Like static electricity, right? At
Ah,
first
what
I
do
thought
you
it was a
know?
glitch, and then it's like, oh, it's a little static
It's
electricity.
going through my head.
This whole
Yeah,
time, I thought you guys just bought me really crappy headphones. You guys really like me.
All right, what'd you do that's new every Tuesday at 4 o'clock? We gather, and one of us will have told the other three what to watch, listen to, or read. Then we gather back again on Tuesday, go over that, and then move to the next person. It is Deb's choice this week. We'll find out what Jack has to offer here in a sec. Deb?
I chose the morning show, not realizing actually that it first came out in 2019. I thought it was more, I guess, current than that. So it came out in the height of like the Me Too. Based around a typical morning show. Think of the Today Show, Good Morning America, CBS.
Sure.
The mornings, but it gives you a behind-the-scenes look at what maybe it was like when Matt Lauer got fired from the Today Show. It's that hype.
That's the vibe,
That's
right?
the vibe.
I mean, you can't not watch this and not think that this is literally taken from the pages of that entire thing.
Exactly. The set of Good Morning America, but the story from the Today Show. And it's the behind-the-scenes look. You've got Jennifer Aniston. You've got Reese Witherspoon. You've got a lot of other...
Carell.
Steve Carell absolutely plays the part of Mitch, of the part of the, for lack of a better reference, of the Matt Lauer character who gets canceled or fired for sexual misconduct. And it's tense.
Yeah.
It's gritty. It shows you just how nasty the TV business is, for as nasty as we know the radio business can be. And I just was interested in what you guys thought about it.
Before we go further, did you already mention how you stumbled onto it?
Yeah, Chris and I just started watching it.
Just started watching it out of nothing, right?
Yeah, hearing some buzz. But again, when I did a Google, I was like, 2019?
Not only that, this is based off a book from 2013. Matt Lauer, that stuff went down in 2017.
Right.
So they could, when they adapted it, they could have. I'm not too familiar with or not familiar at all with the book itself about this.
Right.
However, they could have easily adapted it to kind of reflect what we were seeing on television. It totally rings like Matt Lauer and Katie Couric.
They even referenced Weinstein.
Yeah.
They referenced that.
Yeah.
Like he talks about going
The
into
plant.
the plant. Yeah, he talks about that. So I mean, it's like that's in the context of the story. That's already been turned into a verb.
Right.
Like Weinstein got used in the context.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of it?
This is something it's kind of been on my list, something I wanted to watch for a while, but, it's an hour, right?
Yeah, it was an hour and 6 minutes.
Because it's an hour-long drama, it's like, I just kept telling them, so I don't have time for that right now. So, so I'm actually was really grateful because it gave me an opportunity to sit down and watch it, and I really did enjoy it. I like that behind-the-scenes kind of stuff. I remember it reminded me of the Late Show Wars when they it was a made-for-TV movie about the wars between Letterman and Leno and all that stuff. But I love that behind-the-scenes stuff, even though this is fictional, but you kind of get the feeling, that's exactly how it is.
That's how good it is.
Yeah.
First of all, that first episode, can't think of too many better first episodes for a show. That was fantastic. Acting, great.
Yeah.
Stakes, high. The writing, phenomenal. It's so good that your brain tricks itself into going, I'm watching a documentary about Matt Lauer.
Right.
And you start thinking, this is exactly how it went down when people are upset, but for different motives than a normal person would have.
Exactly. Because the executive, network executive, he's upset for a whole different reason.
And I felt like, I think us four, I'll say this, kind of can resonate maybe just a tad bit more because, we live our lives on air and this is them also living their lives on air. It was fascinating, very interesting. What a cool story to see unravel.
And when the big boss, the two big, the producer and the big boss, they're talking about just
replacing her.
Yeah, that stuff that happens
all the time.
But at least their sons have noticed.
Is this about me? Are you guys talking about me?
Yeah.
Are you talking about me?
During the break, guys. Anyway, listen. Stop it, Deborah.
Great job, Deb. With the show.
Okay, so this thing, I'm with Ross 100%. Yeah. This thing was I don't know how I missed this. Like, I don't know how I missed this show because
because you didn't know you had Apple TV Plus until about 5 minutes ago.
The funny thing is, I've heard about this show. I know it's won awards.
Right.
I haven't taken the chance, and I'm not a gigantic Jennifer Aniston fan to begin with, so she kind of annoys me. So I wouldn't tune in because of that anyway. And I'll tell you something else. The only complaint, I think Steve Carell was miscast. I don't agree with him playing that part because you already know him as so many other things that are comedic, and this is a non-comedic kind of role, especially, at least this first episode, you don't see a lot. There are a couple of jokes that are, like when they embrace at the end, there's something that's said that, that it's kind of funny, but I just don't know. I didn't find him believable in that spot. That's the only thing. She was great. Reese Witherspoon is great. I can give it the best compliment I can give it is this. It damn sure I can't not watch episode 2.
Right.
I think that's the best episode.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you can do for a
pilot.
A series opener is make it intriguing. Look, you can look at this thing and see 15 different storylines before they even tee up the next episode. You're like, "Oh my God, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? What's going to happen here?" I mean, there's so many things going on already. And that's just how I felt about White Lotus. When I saw the first episode of White Lotus,
right.
I'm like, off we go. Let's go. This sounds great.
Let's go.
And I just love having access to these actors and actresses that normally you have to wait for a big screen project to come around. And now, because they're lending their talents to these streaming projects, you're like, man, I get to see Reese Witherspoon is everything but what she was in Legally Blonde and Sweet Home Alabama.
And Aniston, completely opposite from what she was in Friends. She's a bubbly next door neighbor. She's a brooding, monster professional, and she acts that way. I mean, it was, I thought she was great. Of all the acting surprises, Aniston does a very good job. I mean, you could see her in that role tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like if she showed up in that role at ABC tomorrow, she would seamlessly fit in and do that job.
Yeah.
Without a problem.
Couldn't disagree with you more, though, Jim, about Steve Carell.
No?
Loved it.
Yeah.
I think all actors held their own and they just crushed.
Do you know what the thing is, buddy? I don't, and again, it's the preconceived notion. I'm bringing all of his roles in. It's not fair to him. I'll be the first thing to say. I don't have him as that guy. Like, you can look at Lauer and maybe see a little of that. You don't see any of that in Steve Carell to me. I don't see any of that. Even when he was saying all that stuff about the things that happened, I was like, oh, you're lying. I didn't buy it, from him. I mean, I didn't say it ruined it for me, Ross. I just didn't. He doesn't hit me like that.
This is the reason it worked for me, is because when they showed the promo shot of the two of them and the morning show, it just looked so right. The picture, him and Jennifer Aniston, and with the logo, it's like,
right.
I could see. I mean, it was such the Today Show for me, because I used to watch it at the Today Show all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, that works.
It totally made me wonder, like,
that show.
Did Matt Lauer's wife do that too? Like when he's meeting with the corporate suits and and his team is trying to figure out we're gonna go.
Not too much.
I mean, a couple of years old here.
But still, we hadn't seen it.
How far are you into the show?
We're into we're up 4 episodes in now. There's more twists and turns than
I would think it's got to be kind of safe to say though that first episode has still got to be the best episode out of those 4. Usually, first episodes are trying, they go over the top of trying to get its story roots into their audience.
And, I went back and rewatched this one just to make sure it was fresh in my mind, and I forgot how many story arcs you went through just in this first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a roller coaster ride from the word go, so I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
You're going to like the next one, too.
I can't wait to introduce my wife to it, because we're actually looking for a series, and we watch so much heavy stuff. The heavy series.
Right.
The series. I like something like this. It's not light per se, but it is.
I was about to say this is kind of heavy here.
But it's more of a modern take on that than something that's a little bit more like a Handmaid's Tale. That type of thing. So,
I know that in later seasons, I guess I shouldn't say that. Never mind. I don't think it's a massive spoil, but they go like. So this first season is a lot over with the theme of Me Too and sexual harassment in the workplace.
And there's only 2 seasons to this show.
But then season 3 is supposed to come out this year.
And then the second season, I think they have the pandemic as like the through storyline.
Which I would imagine, because it came out in 2019, so that would have landed right there.
I got to tell you, I was a little sketchy on the beginning of it, though, when because of the nature of the protest. I was like, oh man, I don't want to see an hour-long commercial for this. I mean, I know where we stand. I know all that stuff. I got it, but I didn't want to be browbeaten with it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad they kind of just use that as a catalyst to move forward into the other stuff. But Jack, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, I don't know if you are familiar with Christoph Waltz. He's starring in The Consultant on Amazon Prime. It's a series that I am not assigning today. Instead,
every time with the pump fake.
All right,
slippery.
It's my thing.
Snapping ankles.
It's like your soul is just lubed up, and I can't hold it.
We're going
great
back.
Job, Deborah.
We're going back to a program we've seen before, but a different topic, because they do such a great job when they do a deep dive into something. And it's the most recent episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. And the topic is artificial intelligence. So that's available now. It's, matter of fact, you can see it on YouTube. It's where I watched it. And I will have a link up at JimColbertLive.com along with all the information for all of our picks for this year.
How long is it?
Perfect.
29 minutes.
Yeah, 29 minutes. All right, up next, we have an interview for the job fair that Deb will be at tomorrow. Of course, it's the Florida Jobs Now job fair at the Orlando Science Center, 12 until 4. They'll be out there hanging out, and 70 recruiters are going to be there. A couple of them are joining us now from the Coast Guard. Senior Chief Carlton Prescott and Chief Natalie Marach will join us next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLESNANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
We're seeing a stop-and-go ride due to a crash heading north on 417 approaching John Yun Parkway. Westbound travel on I-4 still a solid ride between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. And we're seeing heavy traffic eastbound too between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as between US Highway 27 and Polk County to 429. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto Insurance.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Divorce? Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law, oneFirmForLife.com.
Skid Row and Buck Cherry together. The Gang's All Here tour. March 28th, 8 p.m. inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Skid Row, Buck Cherry, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
If you're injured, how much is your case worth? I'm attorney Mo DeWitt. You never asked to be injured. Don't let the insurance company shortchange you. Injured on the go? Offer too low? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office, Orlando.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fontum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
You know what sounds good? Like really, really good? A breakfast bagel at McDonald's. And guess what? They're back. I'm talking about those freshly toasted bagels with real butter. Like a tender steak, egg, and cheese bagel. Or how about a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel? Or what about a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel? Order yours and save 20% when you use the McD app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 1/31/23 through 3/30/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once per day, excludes tax. Cannot be combined with any other offer. McD app download and registration required.
No matter what I get, it's 20% off every day when I spend $1 on the McDonald's app. So yesterday was my please the whole fam on the way to the game meal. Today is my finally get them to stop asking, are we there yet meal. Who knows what tomorrow will be? Maybe a delicious crispy chicken sandwich all for myself meal. Whatever it is, it's a win. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through December 31st, 2023 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. McD app download and registration required.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rock star nurses. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K every single day. Fueled by Circle K.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Easy Cater presents We've Got Your Back. Up Singers.
So I ordered barbecue for a 20-person client meeting. EasyCater calls and says, "Hi, Sarah, you probably need more food for that many people. Want us to add it for you?"
Doing it for ya.
I say, "Yes, please."
Yes.
Turns out they were right. Good thing they asked, because Joyce's meeting notes can be pretty sassy when she's hungry.
Look out.
Client meetings? EasyCater has your back with over 100,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 on EasyCater.com and know.
We got your back.
This Friday,
Play this with me.
Guy Ritchie, the director of Sherlock Holmes and The Gentleman, brings you the first great action comedy of the year. Don't miss Operation Fortune.
You dance, I'll play.
Starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, and Hugh Grant.
Game on.
Operation Fortune, rated R.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi, if I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all.
iHeartRadio.
Access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Ryan Seacrest. I go by the name of Charlamagne the God.
Hi, I'm Ellen Kay.
Bobby Bones here.
Hola, soy Enrique Santos. Access to all of the best free curated playlists.
My favorite music. The best songs.
A little bit of everything.
Access to all of the great podcasts for every interest.
The Stuff You Should Know podcast. The Daily Show podcast. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Florida Job Fair coming tomorrow. That's Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 1st, noon until 4 at the Orlando Science Center. Connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Maybe the guys we have in today will be doing that. Deb will be there from noon until 1, welcoming everybody in for a new look at a career. Again, that's tomorrow, so take advantage of it. That's FLJobsNow.com, brought to you by SeaWorld and Aquatica. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is here.
Hey there.
And so is Ross.
Yeah.
Plus, we have two guests now. They're going to be featured tomorrow at the Florida Jobs Fair now. Well, welcome from the U.S. Coast Guard, Senior Chief Carlton Prescott and Chief Natalie Marek.
Yay!
Good to see you guys.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
First things first, do I have that? How much did I butcher your last name, Natalie? How much?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad. I get it all the time. It's all good.
How do you pronounce it?
Merrick. Like America.
Yeah,
Oh, no, Jim got America wrong.
Jim. That is, you couldn't have given him a better pronunciation guide than America.
I love it. America.
He's the eagle.
Well, guys, welcome to the program, man. We thank you for coming out. We really do.
Yeah, we are happy to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah, good to see you. Carlton, how you doing today, buddy?
Chilling.
Now, do I have to call you Senior Chief, or do I just can I call you Carlton?
Nah, we'll give you a pass for the day.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a lot of heavy lifting for a guy with my intellect.
I'm still going to call you Senior Chief because I just feel safer with you around. I'm going to be honest with you. You're jacked. Obviously, it's a muscle milk situation. Maybe a protein powder. Maybe he drinks pea milk. I don't know. This guy's obviously healthier than all of us combined.
JimColbertLive.com. You can see our guests live in studio. So, it's interesting. Coast Guard at a jobs fair. Obviously, people sometimes don't think of the military as a job. It is a job. My daughter's in the Air Force. She refers to her tenure there as her job. What do you guys look for at events like this for the Coast Guard? What exactly are you kind of isolating?
Well, we look for people who are interested. And if they're not interested, we try to make them interested.
What if they come to you and they can't swim?
Oh, I couldn't swim. I'm from the hood, so.
Wait, can you swim now?
Yes, I can swim now. Enough to save my own life.
Yeah. We get that a lot where people are concerned about, I don't know how to swim or not a good swimmer. But as long as you are not afraid of the water, it's a piece of cake.
What would you do? Go ahead, Deb.
No, I was just going to say, I've always thought of the Coast Guard as our unsung heroes of our armed forces. But again, you guys are deployed to war zones like every other branch. And anyone who's ever watched Deadliest Catch and learned that, yes, a boat can be higher than a helicopter What's been the most interesting part of being a part of the Coast Guard that for someone who's looking for a career change and they're not going to hear it in a recruiter's office? What would be that one thing about the Coast Guard you'd want someone thinking about it to know?
The excitement and the adventure, for sure. We are the smallest branch. We're actually smaller than New York City Police Department as far as how many people we have.
Wow. Really?
So a lot of people don't, we're not just another number. When you come into the Coast Guard, you're a part of a family, part of an organization where you are going to be doing law enforcement, search and rescue, drug interdiction, dealing with migrant operations, all these things. I mean, for me, I joined right out of high school. So 18 years old, being able to experience all those things, I could never experience that anywhere else. So it's definitely life-changing, something that I think a lot of people, whether you're younger, older, having that military background and experience is just so beneficial.
Compared to other branches, how do you guys, I mean, I know that you recruit against other branches. I mean, when it comes to that, what do you use to sell? Just the excitement of the Coast Guard, or is there something else? Is it a higher pay, a better rank, better bases choices, or
get to work with Carlton?
Absolutely, yeah, you get to work with me, of course, but let's talk metropolitan coastal cities. Nobody can beat that. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, Islamorada, Marathon, Key West, where we located at Primetime Real Estate. So that's one of the things that we sell, and the other thing is mission diversity. Because we don't focus on combat, just like Natalie said, we got a diverse missions, of all type that make the world go around every day.
Yeah, I would think drug intervention has to be a big part of your curriculum.
Absolutely. $400 million, that's my biggest drug bust.
Wow, you alone?
Oh, no, not by myself, of course.
Yeah, he just went to the beach and found this bundle.
Yeah.
Superman.
Did it all get turned in?
Oh, yeah, all of it get turned in. They bring the dogs on after the boat.
All right.
So
question for Carlton and Natalie?
Yeah, minimum age 18, I assume. What's the oldest age for someone to sign up for the Coast Guard?
So 17 to 41.
17 to 41.
Yeah, 17. If we got a young kid wants to come in, he can start they can start the process, parents' permission. And then it goes up to 41 now to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
well, is there wait, real quick, Jack? Is there an exit? Like, let's say I enter at 40. Is there an age out in the Coast Guard?
Well, you can't be getting Social Security and on active duty at the same time. So.
Oh man, they consider that double dipping. They consider that double dipping.
He sniffed out my plan. Sniffed out my plan. That's how good he is, guys.
Now, I assume there's many different jobs in the Coast Guard, but just on average, like, are you on for? Is it an 8-hour day? Is it longer? What are the shifts like? And, like, how much free time do you have when you're in the Coast Guard?
Yeah, like, when you're off, can you go out and enjoy Miami?
Absolutely. Work hours varies by your position and the type of unit that you're at, Some units, depending on the type of duty, they can get off at 1 o'clock, but they'll pull like a 2-day on like a firefighter, or if you're taking care of the base, you may get off at 3, So it differs at every Coast Guard unit.
Do you guys use the ASVAB for placement?
Absolutely.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Are your requirements on ASVAB different than other branches?
All the branches got different ASVAB scores. The Coast Guard's is different from all the other branches too. But we try to get you into jobs that make the world go round, with a minimum score. Our commandant, he changed that to where me and Natalie can walk into a school and offer anybody science, engineering, technology, photo, journalism, accounting and finance, even healthcare, intelligence, and law enforcement and search and rescue.
Wow, that's really varied. Mm-hmm. Someone just texted us at 77031 wanting to know, all jokes aside, if y'all also, along with migrant interdiction, do you deal with pirates?
Pirates, that'll be more of our...
Is that more of a...
Yeah, we got a special team that deals with them, called Tackle It. Some cool guys, got to look it up.
Oh, what are they called? What are they called? I hope they have a badass name.
Yeah, so we got the Maritime Response Team, MSSRT. I'm not in that world too much. And then we got the Tactical Law Enforcement Detachment, pretty much like little small recon units for drugs and migrants.
That's a missed opportunity, man. You could have been called like the Crimson Marauders or something.
Who doesn't want a 50 cal pirate ship? God, who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to call an A-10 strike in on that? Come and get this guy. Just and it's gone. Everything's gone.
And I hope that
God, I'm just dreaming about it right now, Jack.
Right, Jim? Like, at the very least, I hope the anti-pirates still dress up like pirates. So you got, like, a couple of peg legs out in the Ghost Guard.
They don't know what to do when they see you.
Yeah, they're informants. They switch sides.
His peg legs a double barrel.
So tomorrow you guys are going to be out at the job fair. There's going to be dozens of businesses out there hiring, and you guys will be recruiting. What does a new recruit have to go through? What is the training process for someone who just signs up to go into the Coast Guard?
Yeah, so someone who processes with us, they obviously pass in the ASVAB, medically qualified, fit for service, and we start talking boot camp. Like any other branch, you're going to training. 8 weeks for us, Cape May, New Jersey. We send you there. It's either going to be cold or really nice, you know what I mean? So we pay for you to go up there, do some training, learn how to be a Coast Guardsman. And I always tell people it's not just getting your butt kicked. You're not having to go there, do push-ups, sit-ups. They're teaching you how to be a Coast Guardsman. You're learning about how to be in the military, proper customs and courtesies. It's a lot of different things. They teach you firefighting, law enforcement, how to be out on a ship, line handling, navigating, all that stuff. So they're teaching these people how to become the right Coast Guardsman, being fit for the job, all that good stuff.
We're talking about the Florida Jobs Now job fair coming up tomorrow at noon to 4 at the Orlando Science Center. With us today from the U.S. Coast Guard, Senior Chief Carlton Prescott and Chief Natalie Merrick. And asking these guys, I'm interested because, we're talking about just enlisting. What if somebody says today they're listening to the show and you know what? Accounting sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. It sounds like that's the job for me. I want to be out there in the wild waters, just cracking ass and having a good time. So with that said, if I have a degree and I come down, is it a different entry thing than just kind of enlisting if you already have a college degree?
Yeah, you can apply for officer programs, but you got to look at the Coast Guard. As over half our members have an associate's or higher. So you just checking the box, and I'm just being honest with you. It's about leadership, It's about development. What have you done in your off time, in society to make it better? We want people that want the Coast Guard, not just want a position.
Right, yeah. And do you guys, the funny thing is when my daughter went into the Air Force, that recruiter told us they tell people no all the time. That they, they'll have people come in and I think the preconceived idea of recruiters is if you walk in that door, they don't care if you have one arm and two eyes on the back of your head. You're getting in, right? But that's not the case. And I know with some of these branches, like the Air Force is certainly one of them. Is the Coast Guard the same way? If you guys see somebody come in, they can pass the ASVAB, they're physically fit, but the vibe isn't there. Do you guys tell people no?
It depends. You gotta fit our core values, and if you don't fit our core values, then we can't work with you, because we want to make sure we looking at quality over quantity. We just don't want to fill our ranks with people that don't deserve to be there or can't benefit to the mission. So if we have to, we'll tell you. I don't think you're a good fit for our branch.
All right. Well, I'm happy you bring that up. Look at me. Yes or no?
Would you shoot him in a boat?
Because I know how I feel on whether or not I would be, quality over quantity, all of those values. So yes or no right now, Carlton?
Well, it depends. We got to have a longer conversation than 5 minutes. I don't know.
Okay,
it's not me you got to worry about. It's Natalie. Natalie hardcore.
Hey, if you're medically qualified, we'll talk.
Do I have to pass a drug test?
Oh, yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
God almighty God. Can I tell you being in the room with him, you may not pass the drug test. We'll give you a heads up, the two of you.
Well, speaking of that, somebody did ask. So if someone has a past, if someone has a record, is it worth their time to still contact the Coast Guard and see if there's a fit that can be made, or are there requirements that right off the bat someone just knows that they shouldn't even try to apply?
Right. Yeah, we get that a lot. But we understand people. They may have a past and things like that, and we're able to consider every single person. It depends on the situation, what exactly it might be for. But if you're not really sure, give us a call. Talk to us about it. We'll see what we can do for you.
Sure. Absolutely.
Ever seen a UFO?
We can't disclose that.
Come on.
No, that's
Come on.
The government.
Straight up.
Yeah.
I ain't buying it. I'm not buying it. Nobody ever told you that you couldn't talk about UFOs.
Yeah,
you can tell me
yeah.
that straight up.
Nah,
Have you ever seen a UFO?
we saw drones before, you know.
No.
That's what we're calling them now.
I mean, it's a yes if you get asked, have you seen UFOs? And the answer is, I can't disclose that information.
No.
No, now he tries.
Now he's lying. Now
Yeah,
he's lying.
exactly.
Natalie's packing her stuff. She's getting out of here. She doesn't have anything to do with it.
Alien
Not a
transport's
bit.
going to be here soon.
Natalie's
you
going to
guys-
be senior chief soon.
Right, exactly.
Hey, in the Coast Guard, what is the percentage of male to female enlistees? I mean, what is it about?
We are more male dominant than females, you know, and that's the beauty of recruiting too, because we want the Coast Guard to be just as diverse as America, you know what I mean? And it's that constant pursuit to make it more diverse, you know. Women are a little harder to recruit than men too.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, I got about 5 to 10 minutes to impress a woman, you know, to join the Coast Guard, you know. So.
Well, I wouldn't mess with Natalie. And I'm mean.
Terrifying.
So what is you're talking to a would-be recruit, and they say, "Well, I get seasick a lot." How do you handle that one?
Yeah, Jack, we know it's you.
No, it's not me. I'm talking about Vertigo Boy over there.
Oh, disqualified.
Vertigo.
Oh, disqualified. She's been waiting to tell you that, Jimmy.
Let me tell you something, young lady. You didn't have to lean into the mic to say that. All right? You could have said it afar. You could have been back here and said that. This is impactful. We don't need that here. We're trying to help.
All right, so Jim gets dizzy easy with vertigo. I will fail a drug test by looking at it.
I'm too old. I aged out.
So that knocks out 2.
Dude, I'm only going to run if I'm out of cigarettes, so.
Yeah. How long is there has to be like some sort of physical fitness test?
Oh, yeah, none of us would
yeah.
pass.
And if so, how long do you have to run and what time?
Oh, Russ, don't worry.
What time?
They require a pull-up, so you're out.
Oh, I got a pull-up. I'll break a blood vessel in my left eye, and things will leave my body, but I got one.
Yeah, but that question buried in there. What time? I'm sorry. What, Natalie? What time do you guys get up in the morning? We want to know if it's too early for us.
Oh, we're not like the other branches. We don't got that mandatory PT.
Yeah.
We do have workout time. We can work out pretty much kind of whenever we want, honestly. But they're not forcing us out of bed at 4 or 5 a.m.
Hey, you know what? The funny thing is with my daughter, she's been on, I think, 4 bases now, and she got lucky. But, of course, you hear through the grapevine that you don't want to go to this base, you don't want to go to that base. What are the bases like in the Coast Guard? Are they all pretty nice up to like standards and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we got very, very nice bases. You know, we got gazebos and all that other stuff. You know, go fishing.
You got video games? Tell me you got video games.
Oh, yeah, we got video games, the latest and the greatest, of course. You know, I know the Air Force they live good, but they don't live great like we do. You know, I'm just saying. You know,
Air Force can't play Mario Kart Rainbow Road thousands of feet up in the sky. You know, they're not Super Smash Brothering.
Hey, you know, in the Coast Guard, what's the most like desired job? I mean, I know a lot of people see the chopper stuff and the guys coming out of the chopper saving people at sea and stuff. But,
yeah.
Internally, what is considered the coolest job in the Coast Guard?
I have to give it up to the rescue swimmers.
Oh,
I agree.
dude,
Definitely.
yeah.
You know, rescue swimmers are not recruited; they're born. You know,
Listen to that, huh?
Yeah.
That's next level stuff, right, guys? You're talking about almost like inhuman, like Jason Bourne kind of stuff, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, to have the heart of a rescue swimmer. You know, you're talking about a guy that's jumping in, freezing 10-degree water, 30-foot seas with winds out of this world, and saving people. And then the helicopter may not have room for them. So they got to play around in the water a little bit till another helo come pick them up,
Ooh, damn.
What?
Damn.
That's sick that you called it a helo.
Yeah.
Ross wants to join just for the words, man. Just for the words.
Those cats walk in the room and the vibe changes?
Oh, yeah. Like, we had one that's going to boot camp yesterday. Today, Natalie put in, they pass the test when they walk in and they say, I'm a rescue swimmer. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Pass the test.
Wow.
Built like Michael Phelps and stuff like that.
Wow. Well, guys, look, we wish you the absolute best of luck tomorrow. You've been wonderful guests. Guys, give it up.
Yay!
Oh, yeah! That's the Florida Jobs Now job fair coming up tomorrow. Deb will be there from noon until 4 or noon until 1. It runs from noon until 4. 70 different recruiters out there looking for people, qualified people to give them great jobs and change their life. These guys are just two of them. And, of course, they made a pretty good pitch today, I would think. But companies up and down the line looking for every possible job. It's fljobsnow.com. Debbie, you'll be there from 12 until 1?
I will. I'll be hanging out with Carlton and Natalie tomorrow, just like I did last year at the Coast Guard table. But like you said, Jimmy, there's going to be 70 people, 70 different businesses looking for all kinds of positions. So even if you have a job, but you just want to do a better job, maybe join the Coast Guard, just come out, get some information, talk to the folks. Just, change your life for the better.
That's right, fljobsnow.com. Tomorrow noon until 4 at the Orlando Science Center. Carlton, Natalie, thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
You're awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for your service.
Thank you.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We do have another warm afternoon ahead. Highs will be soaring to the mid, if not upper 80s across the interior with mostly sunny skies. Winds out of the west at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wake up temperatures tomorrow in the 60s, and the heat is on for the rest of the week. We could be seeing afternoon highs nearing 90 degrees by Friday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hiring heating up? Indeed's hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor a post and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates on Indeed whose resumes match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever. But don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 1st at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters.
Some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you.
Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, March 1st from noon until 4 at the Orlando Science Center. And parking is free.
Get more info at fljobsnow.com. Presented by SeaWorld and Aquatica.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
In the drawing room, a group of suspects gathered. The detective has solved the mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, the butler did it.
You'll never catch me. The butler darted to his getaway car. But what he didn't know is this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Wait, what?
And his car is no match for the detective's Nissan Rogue or its standard VC turbo engine. Save on one of your own at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select models. Availability is limited. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months available on new 2023 Altima, Rogue, and Pathfinder when financed through NMAC. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Offer ends 2/28/23.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nuh-uh. Oh no, he's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety, and it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. We are J. David Tax Law, a local firm right here in Florida. Your first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you, and our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Well, they are absolutely delightful. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. The weather's perfect.
Oh.
I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. I bet that thing is going to be absolutely slammed tomorrow. I hope it is.
Free parking as well. And again, it's at the Orlando Science Center. Free parking, so I don't see any reason why.
Walk across the old tube, sorry.
Yeah. Park in the right spot, unlike me.
Somebody said, we had somebody text the show and go, man, Carlton sounds hot. And I said, that is exactly what you should say to Carlton, because he seemed to be about 6'7" and about 400 pounds of muscle.
I felt safe with him around. First time I've ever felt safe here at the radio station.
I know, the sales team can be brutal. All right, 407-916-1041. Yeah, I hope you have a lot of action there. People get out there and get themselves a good job. FLJobsNow.com.
What I really like about this event, it's a win all around, because it's a win for the listeners who are looking for a job, because there's nothing like finding that job that is meant for you, or a job you really need. You have employers who are desperate to hire, so they're winning. So it's like, it's just this great combination.
And it really is like, the pick of the litter, because like you said, Jack, there are so many businesses that are looking to fill positions that if you dress nice, you come out prepared to meet with some people and talk with them, you're going to be able to probably pick and choose the position and the company that you want to work with.
Yeah, you're going to be like an NFL agent. You get to choose which team you want to sign for.
That's right. Country. There you go. Let's ride. All right, 407-916-1041. I told you guys, we talked about this yesterday, about how often you wash your bed linens.
Yeah.
And what do we determine? Like once a week?
I see. You said once a week, and I was like, yeah, who's doing that?
Yeah, right.
No one's doing that.
And bed sheets growing up for us, it was always once every 2 weeks. I think my wife was listening because when I got home, the bed was stripped.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I always feel bad with my bed sheets, and this is my own personal theory. No factual data to back this up. My wife is a vegan. I am not, and you can tell by looking at which side I sleep on the bed.
I wouldn't be surprised because of your sweat.
Yeah.
It's kind of disturbing.
Now,
That's gross.
Yeah.
well, if it's so gross, I regret saying it.
Why do you think that because she's a vegan and you eat meat that your side of the bed is going to be a different color? Have we proven
it's coming through his pores
that that vegans sweat differently than meat eaters?
It's just my own personal theory, man. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Everything about her smells good.
That's what I've heard before. I have heard that before.
Yeah, like her body odor is amazing. Every square inch of her smells phenomenal.
Because she doesn't have that animal.
Yeah, that's my theory. I don't know how true that is. But
I think it's very true because I've heard it for several years.
All I know is that you look at our bed sheets, one side looks pretty bad. One side is stained like Waffle House yellow.
Oh, okay. That is absolutely disgusting.
You know how like when you walk into a Waffle House and it's like, man, everything is sepia.
Yeah. It's like a it's like a white woman's smoker finger.
Yeah. It's bad, dude. I'm telling you.
It's
left
like that
side of
weird-
the bed.
It's
Not
that
good.
Weird tobacco tar orange yellow thing that happens with a tinge of brown in there.
Nope.
Easy, Deb.
I
Easy.
don't have it.
You rub them with alcohol. That's why you're smart.
I mean, it kind of looks like a kid peed in the pool.
Okay.
You know, like because
Thanks,
one
Ross.
side
Thanks.
is
Why would you give anybody that image?
is a different color and stronger towards the source, and then it just fades into its regular color to the rest of the bed.
It says here the average person spends dozens of hours, of course, each week sleeping in their beds. Plenty of time to
Right.
accrue dirt, sweat, oil, dead skin, dust mites, and other gross gunk on their sheets and bedding.
Oh yeah, don't even bring up the gunk.
Oh yeah, the gunk is there. And you're newly married. You are gunk crazy.
I'm gunked up.
You're gunked up, player.
What's wrong,
Straight
Jack?
Straight gunking.
Jack, don't act like you have no gunk.
Jack's
You
a
look
gunker.
like the gunkiest of us all.
You are the gunkiest. Jack's a super gunker.
I'm
Don't
not
funk
sure
the
what
gunk.
I'm not quite
Don't
sure what gunk is, and I'm not sure if I'm
hey.
insulted or not.
Don't funk the gunk.
This guy
That's a
doesn't
show
know what
title.
This guy doesn't know what gunk is. Exactly what somebody who does a lot of gunk would say.
Yeah, that's what gunkers say.
Yeah.
And
You're
super
caught in a
gunkers,
corner.
they're the worst. Oh yeah, we know.
You're caught in a corner, little gunk face.
Oh, don't say that.
What's wrong with gunk face?
Well, it's done on the sheets. That's what we're talking about. Group says here that people should wash their sheets once per week. Though if they don't sleep on the group says that most people should wash their sheets once per week. And it says then, though if they don't sleep on their mattress, they can likely stretch that threshold to once every 2 weeks. I don't get that. What is that?
Unless it means if you sleep on your mattress without a mattress pad.
Yeah, I know. I
don't
think they
know.
just interviewed like a lot of struggling marriages. A lot of husbands going to sleep on the couch
Now,
because of
one thing
Rhonda.
One thing that we did not consider yesterday when talking about this, and this just happened to pop up in my feed today, is do your pets sleep with you guys?
They used to, and then we kicked them out.
Your dogs do not sleep in
Same.
bed with you anymore.
Yeah.
Jeter doesn't sleep in bed because Jeter's got
Not
battery
years.
issues now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dog sleeps with me. She's 10 pounds though, and she's a fluffy little loofah of a dog, but she does sleep with me. Do your
Perfect.
cats sleep with you, Deb?
I have one that sleeps on the pillow above my head.
Got it. It says here that you should wash your sheets way more frequently in the summer, guys. Pillowcases once a week. Duvet covers once every 2 weeks. I can't even remember the last time we washed the duvet. Comforters once every 2 to 3 months. Blankets once every 2 to 3 months. Pillows once every 4 to 6 months. And it says if you live in a state where you sweat a lot, and of course we do, you should be washing your sheets every 3 days.
What the hell?
Every 3 days.
Listen, man,
It got me
And it
talking
says you-
falsetto.
And it says you need
What?
You need to clean your mattress. It says twice a year, but do they mean just like vacuum it?
Yeah, because you can't flip them anymore.
No, but you can
can't,
steam.
no.
You can steam clean it.
Yeah, but I worry about that because that's a really dense fabric, and if you don't get all of that moisture out, you're just creating more problems than you're solving.
And it says you should replace your mattress how often?
10 years.
5 years.
15 years.
6 to 8 years. And you know who
Give me a
didn't write
ding,
this?
Jack. Give me a ding.
Somebody who understands how much a GD mattress is these
Yeah,
days.
yeah. You know who wrote
Yeah,
that? The mattress
yeah.
industry.
Yeah, big
mattress
mattress,
factory.
man.
Big mattress.
Give me my
Got
ding.
'em.
Easy, Deb.
No
Big
one else has
mattress.
to beg for it.
You know who loves the gunk? Big mattress.
Yeah, they do.
Big mattress
Oh,
is
yeah.
all pro gunk.
And
Yeah,
that
they're
pillow
pro-gun.
top nonsense, that means it's no flip. You got a pillow top,
That's
it's
right.
no flip.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
yeah,
Right.
You need it sooner.
And that's just
that's
spots
right.
for the gunk to hide.
Yeah.
Somebody texted in, you gunk ass bitch.
I like that person.
Then somebody also texts in, I'm going to vomit.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us easily at 77031. Tom Brady has a dream. I'll tell you about that next. It's interesting.
Good luck.
Okay. Good luck.
I assume Deb knows what it is.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
She's got that knowing laugh.
Yeah, that's next.
3 general managers, 5 midday shows, and 1 corporate bankruptcy. Restructuring. Celebrating 30 years of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for keeping the dream alive over 3 decades.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities still working to clear this crash north on 417, taking up the left lane, approaching Cheyenne Parkway. But now we have problems heading west on I-4 from a crash at World Drive. It's taken up at least 1 lane. Also watch for delays between 417 and Osceola Parkway, as well as eastbound on the interstate between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. The turnpike up to speed. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto Insurance.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you could stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey guys, Jim here for my friends over at Solar Bear. Last year right here in Orlando, they jacked those utility rates 3 times. Guess what? They're thinking about doing it again. That is why you got to stop going along with these rate increases. Now is the time to go solar with Solar Bear. They're the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida, and they can help eliminate your power bill. Solar Bear, also the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. That's good. SolarBear.com. Visit there, get your free estimate, and check it out right now. When you do get that free estimate, 0 down, 0% interest, no payments for 12 months with credit approval. What you need to do is say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. SolarBear.com.
This is Monster Jam! Get ready for massive stunts, all-out racing, and crazy skills.
Let's hear it! Make some noise!
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Brought to you by Circle K and your local Ford dealers. Get your $5 savings coupon from participating Ford dealers. Restrictions may apply. See savings coupon for details. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Visit monsterjam.com for event details.
Anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. One jackpot is paid out every minute on the hottest slot machines and table games. With over $2 billion in jackpots paid out in the last year, you could be the next lucky winner. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa has over 800 rooms and suites, a luxurious rock spa and salon, award-winning restaurants, and an exciting comedy and concert lineup, including pool parties with world-renowned artists. With a variety of gaming, dining, and entertainment options, anybody can win at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Millions of Floridians do the math, and millions of Floridians choose Amscot Cash Advance because it makes sense. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Get started at Amscot.com. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Amscott. Get ready for an unprecedented diamond buying opportunity at International Diamond Center. 3 days only, March 10th, 11th, and 12th. IDC is opening the vault with the largest selection of hand-picked diamonds ever seen here. And you can buy like a dealer buys. Choose from thousands of GIA and Forever Mark diamonds. These are the best of the best. Certified by the world's top gem labs. Ethically sourced and hand-selected for remarkable brilliance. Rare, precious diamonds at prices never seen before. Rounds, princess cuts, emerald cuts, cushion cuts, ovals, from 1 carat to 20 carat diamonds, all on sale. It's IDC's largest and most aggressive public diamond buying event ever. And if that wasn't enough, we're offering long-term zero-interest financing on any diamond purchase. Plus, for these 3 days, you get extra savings and incentives on all engagement ring mountings, including the entire collections from both Tacori and Veragio. Don't miss this amazing opportunity. An open-to-the-public multi-million-dollar diamond buying event. Next weekend only, March 10th through 12th, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
What's up, guys? To comment on what Deb said about famous actors doing TV shows nowadays, my opinion is famous actors are doing commercials. I can remember when if you were doing a commercial and you were a major actor, you were struggling a little bit. People thought you were struggling a little bit. Now, these Super Bowl commercials, for example, take a look at how many big star, big time, big name actors were in some of those commercials. And you see it more and more now. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, buddy. You're 100% right, by the way. Oh, why would you do this to me?
To the both
Do you like this band, Jack? Do you like Tool?
I do. I like the few songs that I play here, like Sober, Prison Sex, and 40, 20, 60, 80,
46
90.
and 2, Stink Fist. Come on.
Yeah. But I haven't listened to them really beyond that.
This band holds a really odd space in my life. It's more than a band to me for some reason. I do not know why.
Yeah.
And I have a love-hate relationship with that lead singer.
Yeah, we know.
But my God, this music is bananas good. Anyway, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. I'm Jim. Deb is here. Jack is as well.
Hi there.
And Ross.
Hey.
I'm going to save the Tom Brady thing for a little bit later because my wife just hit me with something. I think we're going to do it in the 620 segment. My wife just hit me with something I want to talk to you guys about.
You teased the tease.
She hit you?
I'm sorry. I apologize. No.
You got a bruise? I know a phone number.
No, if
stop.
she hit him, he'd be bleeding.
I've been there.
I need some advice here. I've never done this. I actually do not know if you've ever done it, but I know the audience certainly has done it.
Sounds like a Twitter poll.
2 of my kids have done it. We're going to Brimfield with the Clausmans this year in May.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right, that's that antique fair thing that they talk about all the time. And Glenn and his beautiful wife Shelly go up there every year. He's been asking me to go for a couple of years. Sent me the booking info. My wife said, "Let's do it. Let's go." And I'm like, you know what? Let's go. It's going to be perfect time of the year to be up there in the Northeast in May. It's still going to be absolutely phenomenal weather-wise. We love doing low-impact stuff like this. But here's the thing. Wife texts me and she goes, "Well, how do you want to get up there?" And I go, "What do you mean, how do you want to get up there?" She goes, "Hey, you want to take a train?"
Ooh.
Nice.
And I said, I don't know, man. I've heard nightmare stories about train trips, and I'm not 100 on the train trip. I said, hopping in a plane and being there in a couple hours sounds so good. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, isn't there kind of a romantic thing about trains?
Yeah.
Like but now here's the thing. What I understand, it isn't a lot cheaper.
No.
I mean, people believe it's a cheaper way to travel, but in reality, it really isn't that much cheaper, is it?
Not that my understanding.
No, and I also looked into the auto train, so you could take your car with you, and that can get pricey too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can imagine that would be expensive for sure. We're just training up there, and we're going to rent a car and drive over to Brimfield. I guess it's a couple hours from where we're going in, but man, I am now truly enticed. My daughter took a train trip up to the Northeast from Orlando, went all the way up to, God Almighty, I can't even remember where, and then was by herself on a train. And then my other daughter also took a train trip. I've never done one. We tried to book one time or looked at it, and we saw that it wasn't really cost effective. Like and we started kind of doing the whole thing like, well, I'd love to go, but I don't want it to take 12 hours to get there when I can get there in 2.
But that's the idea. It's the quality of the 12 hours because it's never 2 for the airport. It's 2 before, 2 after. And
you're right.
A 2-hour flight is like it's a half day at least because usually it just consumes your whole day when you travel by air. So, so it's also a day, but it's the quality of the time you have when you can move about. Do you have is there Wi-Fi? Do you have a sleeping compartment? Is it food and drink? So, like, what is that experience like? And that I don't know. I've done one of those bullet trains from Rome to Florence once, and that was extremely nice.
Yeah, but you're only on it for like 40 minutes or something, right?
It was a little longer than that, but it's like we have the Bright Line getting ready to open. That's going to run from OIA down to Miami, which is, I'd totally do that.
Yeah, that's a 3-hour trip versus 3 days. And the texting service is all over the place. You have some folks texting us at 77031 saying there's nothing romantic about riding coach on Amtrak. Someone else said, my sister's a very picky person. She's been taking the train from D.C. to here and getting the little room, and she absolutely loves it. So
see, that's what we would definitely do. I would not ride in coach. I would get like a little cabin, and we could have some time together and have a nice...
Yeah, see if they can rock it off the tracks.
Yeah, train on the train.
Hey, hey, it's almost tipping. Almost tipping.
I never thought of that when they have derailments. What might have caused it?
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought it would have been,
everyone leaned to the left.
Yeah, Jim, by any chance, were you over in Ohio, East Palestine?
I'm going to bang this thing off the trail. Or rails. Either way, buzz me, Jack. But
I wouldn't give me a ding.
I'm very interested. I would love to get some calls on this because I would love to get some advice on what you should do. Like if you get the car, you get the sleeper car, you get the travel car. And it would be from here to Massachusetts, so it's no little trip. I mean, it's a long ass trip. Even as a flight, it's 2.5, 3 hours.
My question too is because we learned this with What'd You Do That's New that I had signed about the Orient Express. The YouTuber that we watched got to upgrade to a cabin that had his own bathroom.
Yeah.
But most people on the Orient Express did not have access to a shower. There was a place to use the bathroom. That would be my biggest question, Jimmy, is how long is the train ride and what are the accommodations when it comes to grooming?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's the whole thing. It's like, this is a completely new idea. She just hit me with it, and I immediately kind of poo-pooed. I was like, oh, I don't know about that. Then I was like, I don't know. That sounds kind of fun. I've never done it, so why not? Who do we have on the line, Ross?
We have Robert on line 1, who is, I think he said he was in a circus and took the train all the time.
Cool.
Hey, Robert. How you doing, Robert? Welcome to the program.
How you doing?
Good.
How you doing? Hey, I used to be with Ringling Brothers, and we should travel by the rails. And I'm telling you, you go through small towns, well, you won't be going through mountains, but when you go through mountains, you'll see things you still didn't think existed. You'll see shacks. I mean, it's because they take like back routes and stuff, and it's really nice. I mean, it's relaxing, it's scenic. If you haven't done it, I recommend it. Traveled the country, and it was unreal.
Well, that's cool, man. Thanks. I appreciate your call, Robert. Thank you very much.
And you would know.
At least one time, yeah.
The only thing that it would be prohibitive for me, like I would do it in a second. I just don't, time-wise. Like, what would be the maximum time, Jack? Let's say you're going to take this trip and you're going from here to Massachusetts. If it takes 12 hours, is that a no?
12 would probably be the max. I did the drive from Jersey down here, and I think it was 13 or 14. No, maybe a little more. Might have been 17. This is 30 years ago. Yeah, I don't know. If it's long enough where you can get on a plane and go to Australia.
Well, here's the other. If it's long enough that it's going to cut into your time that you would have at your destination,
right?
Significantly,
yeah. Well, that's the thing is, that's the thing is, like only have some. We've only booked so much time for this,
right?
It's like 4 days or whatever. And I wouldn't have any problem using some more time to have a cool experience, but I don't want to block off that time of my vacation schedule to have a sketchy experience where the train stinks or it's dirty or
you can't shower.
You don't have a good experience or whatever. Who do you have there, Ross?
$150 for a ticket.
That's all?
One way. Let's do round
wow.
trip.
That's still not that bad.
My wife is listening. She goes, "Oh, we would surely get our own bathroom."
We have David on line 2. Didn't we just talk to David?
No. I don't know. No, I think it was Robert. David, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
My bad.
Thanks. How you doing?
Good, brother. How about you?
I'm all right. I was calling my mother and me and my brother. We've been taking the train even before Amtrak started, when Southern used to be in operation. And we would come out of New York Penn Station. And then when Amtrak took over, we were still taking the train. Now, that auto train, there's several ways you can do it. You can put your car on the auto train, take it up to Lawton, Virginia. You'll get there about 8:30, 9 o'clock the next morning. And then just drive to Massachusetts, okay? Or just take the regular train, which would be either the Silver Star or the Silver Media from Orlando or Winter Park, take that into New York Penn Station, transfer to a train that will get you close to where you're going. Either way, both trains have sleepers. The auto train now, depending on your pocketbook, you can get almost like a little mini suite where you will have your own bathroom and, I believe, a shower. Okay?
Damn.
Or if you just want a smaller one, just accommodate for two, you can do that also. You talk to Amtrak, tell them what you're looking for, what kind of accommodations, and they will try their best to help you. Amtrak is a beautiful way to travel, and the government need to do everything they can to keep it going, because it's
all right, very good.
As American as apple pie.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate the heads up.
Go for it.
All right, man.
Okay,
Thanks.
I'll be
Well, that was very inspirational. Thanks, Dave.
And texters are chiming in. They say from the auto train from Sanford to Lawton, like he was just saying, it arrives the next morning. Oh, you're getting a lot of traffic on this. It leaves at about 4 p.m. and arrives at 8 a.m. Now, I just looked up the train from Orlando to Massachusetts, and it leaves like early afternoon, and you get there the next night at 6:30 p.m. So it's an overnight affair.
Oh, it's an overnight affair. But that's not the worst thing ever, though. So
you're
wake up
sleeping.
and you have breakfast, have a nice day or whatever. You're getting on at night anyway, so you don't miss that day of work. You get on in the evening. You just miss one day, and you're there the next day. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, dude. That sounds kind of cool.
Doesn't it?
It kind of does sound cool.
But you got to get the whole suite thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna blow it out. I'm on their website right now, looking it up. I'm gonna see what's up.
Who
During
wants
this
to
break?
Who wants to bet he flies home?
Well, that's
he takes it right
Hold
up
on.
there, and then he just.
Hold on.
I'm
If-
not
if
doing
you-
that again.
If you look at my text to my wife, I said, "Ride up, fly home." I'm good for the experience one way. I mean, I can get it one way. I don't need 24 hours in the train to figure it out. I mean, I can figure it out in 12 hours is good. I guess.
That was good. We're good.
I don't know. I think I want to try maybe light rail from Longwood to downtown first. Get on that Sunrail, and
I'm going to jump right in the deep end, dog. I'm going to go for a 12-hour overnighter.
Oh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
The
social media experience that isn't totally toxic. Kind of a weird thing to brag about, but there it is. At Real Radio 104.1. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Problems northbound 417. It is shut down due to this accident approaching Jangyeon Parkway. We're seeing delays back to I-Drive. Consider US 192 or Osceola Parkway for alternates here. Eastbound travel on I-4 stop and go between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as westbound between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Rude Air Conditioners.
Rude Air Conditioners, engineered tough, built to last, dependability day after day, year after year. Rely on Rude. Find your Rude Pro Partner contractor at RudeACFlorida.com. RuudACFlorida.com.
Hey, boys and girls, Jim Colbert Show question of the day now on Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Follow us on Twitter. Vote in our polls. We talk about it at the end of the show. We'd love to have you take part. It's brought to you today by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They're direct mortgage lenders, and mortgages made easy because the experts take care of you every step of the way. That's Brad Siebert and his team at We Are Not the Banks. That's what they did for me. I did a refi with WeAreNotTheBanks.com several years ago. Fast, easy, got a great rate, put me in a great position today because I made the call back then. You can make that call as well. Even if you're looking for a new home, if 2023 is the year you're going to move into your dream home, to get that mortgage, go to WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They deal with all types of buyers and all types of loans. For all your mortgage needs, again, the website is WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 1169, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This Friday, this would Guy Ritchie, the director of Sherlock Holmes and the Gentleman, brings you the first great action comedy of the year. Don't miss Operation Fortune.
If you dance, I'll play.
Starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, and Hugh Grant.
Game on.
Operation Fortune, rated R.
Some roads take us where we want to go. Other roads lead to Mo. In a world full of dangerous roads, there's only one thing you need to know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson for Mo DeWitt, Office Orlando.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Here's the reality. The cost to repair termite damage could be in the thousands. Even worse, most homeowners' insurance won't cover the damage. But Massey Services does, with an unlimited termite retreatment and repair guarantee that covers the structure and the contents of your home. Massey provides a free termite inspection and creates a customized treatment plan. Then, they inspect every year to ensure you're protected. For peace of mind protection, call Massey Services, where you can always expect more and get it.
Are you ready for Bike Week? Come join us for not one, but 2 free concerts brought to you by Rich Newsom, motorcycle lawyer. That's right, 2 free concerts at the world-famous Cackleberry Campground in New Smyrna Beach. Come out and see Confederate Railroad Sunday, March 5th, followed by Colt Ford Thursday, March 9th. Shows start at 8 p.m. We can't wait to see you there. Brought to you by Rich Newsom, motorcycle lawyer. For more details, visit BigBikeLaw.com.
Get ready for International Diamond Center's largest bridal event ever with a head-to-head matchup of the nation's 2 most acclaimed ring designers, Tacori and Viraggio. It's next weekend, March 10th, 11th, and 12th. For the first time ever, IDC's flying in the entire collections from these iconic designers. All the newest creations with special cash incentives and long-term zero-interest financing. There has never been a better time to get the ring of your dreams. These are the best of the best in stunning handcrafted bridal jewelry. Tacori from California with its signature crescent design, and Viraggio from New York York with its distinctive, unique look unlike any other. Compare these spectacular rings side by side. And if you buy the ring and the matching band during this event, IDC will give you $1,500 towards your purchase. Plus, we're opening up the vault with thousands of GIA and Forevermark diamonds to choose from. And exceptional prices for this 3-day buying opportunity. Don't miss the two most sought-after designers, Tacori and Viraggio, coming together on the IDC stage for 3 incredible days. March 10th through 12th with special incentives and zero-interest financing. International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando area locations.
Our iHeartRadio Podcast Awards are back. It's the biggest night of the year for podcast fans. Get ready to celebrate your favorites. Head to iHeart.com/podcast awards to check out the nominees for Podcast of the Year, Best Comedy, Crime, News, Sports, and more. Tuesday, March 14th, join us for our 2023 iHeartRadio Podcast Awards. Thank you. Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. From groundbreaking originals to best-selling audiobooks and the best and latest in podcasts, you'll find your next obsession at Audible, the home of storytelling. Try Audible free. Sign up at audible.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing?
Search gym members and join our group.
Oh, yeah, man. This thing sounds great. You can bring a cooler full of booze. You can do whatever you want. Sleeper cars aren't that bad. Somebody said a sleeper car for 2 with our bedroom car for 2. Jeez Louise. A bedroom room for 2 with the car was only $800.
Wow.
That's not bad. I wouldn't take the car, though. Because they say what happens is when you offload wherever you are, you get off the train, everything's great. But they have to pull those trains up to the car unloading dock one by one.
Oh.
So if you get lucky and if your car's on the first car, you're fine. But if your car's on that last train that's carrying them, you could be there for hours waiting for your car to get off the train.
Watch a movie.
We should do a promotion where we take a whole bunch of people up somewhere. I mean, doesn't one go to Savannah? Can't you do like a train trip to Savannah in no time?
Ooh. Yeah, well, actually, if you want to do that, we should definitely do it with the Brightline because they may be an opportunity.
That's a good point.
Yeah, really?
I have a problem with...
You mean Brightline to Miami? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I got a problem, though. If I'm on a train, I'm going to want to steal stuff.
Why?
I don't know. That's what you do when you're on trains.
Why do you even think that?
Why do I think that?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what
I
our
would
country was built on, Jim.
I would think if you get on a train, you want to get in a James Bond kind of fight because he fights on trains a lot.
Yeah, you want to fight on the top, and you have to duck under overpasses.
Who said anything about fighting?
Yeah.
I want to steal stuff.
Well, if you get caught, you're going to fight.
Yeah, no, you don't steal stuff if you're on the train. You want to be the guy on the horse trying to stop the train, and then you rob the train.
Somebody asked what kind of people take the train. Is that a bad question? Like, is that considered a discount way to travel, or is that a certain kind of?
I think just your initial investigation has proven that it's not really a discount way to travel.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like people are. I think people are worried there's going to be a bunch of scallywags around you. But I've flown Spirit. It's not that terrible.
Right. I think they liken the train to the bus. I think that's why.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's dependent on what kind of seat you buy, though, right? I mean, I guess if you buy a coach seat and you're sitting in a plane kind of scenario on a train for 12 hours, you don't want to be a part of that. But if you had a sleeper car, and if it's you and your girl, and you're sipping wine and listening to some music while you're cruising around, I think that'd be kind of cool.
It would be cool. And I think it would be like scab free. You know, I think you go back into the coach, you might see some people who have a couple of scabs. Maybe a couple of open wounds.
Somebody said that the food was actually much better than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
as
said
well.
they loved it.
In the bedroom, like when you get what they call a roomette, which is basically like two love seats facing each other that turn into a bed, it has its own shower and bathroom.
Let's go. Show trip.
Down for this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of down for this. Where would we go? Miami?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
we'd have to.
But the Brightline's not like this, though, right? You're not getting a sleeper car to go 3.5 hours.
We go to Miami. I'll show you a whole new world. I still have all my connects for my bachelor party.
Buddy, your name is on the do not allow list. I can guarantee you.
At what? Miami? They loved me.
no.
I gave them all of my monies.
From Tori on people who Jimmy's allowed to go to Miami with.
Yeah.
Oh,
you weren't one of them.
Tori loves me. This is going to work out.
She doesn't love what you did in Miami.
No one really knows what I did in Miami.
Right. Even you, buddy. All right, 407 916-1041. You can text us at 77031. So I'll give you an update on that. My wife gets home today. I'm guessing we'll be crushing Amtrak plans all night tonight, trying to plan this thing. Give you an idea what it looks like. So Tom Brady.
Tommy B.
What
do you think?
What's the boy up to?
What do you think he wants to do? Of course, we know he signed that massive deal with, I think it's Fox Sports, to be their next guy for 10 years or something.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was going to do. I thought that
I think he wants to own a sports team, but not football.
10-year deal with Fox to become the network's top analyst, but it won't start until 2024 because of his, coming back out of retirement. So you think he's going to be an owner? I don't think after FTX he has enough money to be an owner. I think he got hit hard there. And by the way, Arians basically said the other day that a lot of Tom's problems in the 2022 season was all personal stuff that he was dealing with, whether it be losing his money or his wife.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Which
that's it's gonna bum out anybody. Even
it is
Tom.
going to bum out anybody. Yep, sure enough.
What do you think his net worth is?
Oh, man, that's a good question. He does not do a lot of endorsements, which is weird. And, of course, that's where the money is.
I'll go
like that guy
$235 million.
I think that's a pretty good guess. I mean, I think it may be a little bit higher than that, but I'm not even sure why, though. God, for some reason, I don't know why it would be higher than that.
I'm going to go 250.
I'm going to say 150.
Yeah, the first site I found with Barron's had him at $512 million, but I found another one where it says $250 million, and they also have Giselle coming in at $400 million.
Oh yeah, they were fine. And I don't think they split anything up. At the divorce, I think they're both. When you're that wealthy,
yeah,
you just go. You know what? You take yours, I'll take mine. We'll move on. Sell the houses, split the money.
I don't know. I was really rooting for Tom for one last win in his retirement. One last win in the divorce court. It's just so rare seeing a man go ahead and get a divorce and turn a profit.
And bro, she took no time moving on. She is like with some Argentinian weightlifting body model dude or whatever who's her quote unquote personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she looked perfectly happy.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he was really broken up about the entire thing. Anyway, what do you think he's going to do? You said owner. Ross, what do you think?
thought obviously it's not him going on air and being a commentator for NFL.
Well, no, it's not. He already has that deal signed. This is something that like a bucket list thing he's wanted to do for a long time.
He's gonna paint.
He's not gonna paint.
Oh, no. Celebrity, what is that? The Masked Singer.
No, he's not gonna do the Masked Singer.
Doesn't have rhythm.
Singer.
I give him a buzzer, but I'm not sure. I might have said it that way.
Yeah. He wants to be a stand-up comic.
What?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Tom Brady wants to take his shot at stand-up comedy.
Good for him.
It's a weird thing. There's another athlete that does stand-up and actually has a little bit of respect doing it.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin.
You're Blake Griffin?
Yeah, didn't he dream sleep with your wife?
He did.
Tori's Blake Griffin.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
She left you for him.
And by the way, don't put that on Blake. She dream slept with him.
Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he doesn't know
that choice.
you
I
exist.
thought you dreamed that she slept with him.
I did. Well, it was that, actually. I dreamed that she banged Blake Griffin.
You have Apple TV Plus?
I do. And I've seen part of his set. He's not that bad, right? It's just kind of odd because he's famous and 6'9".
Yeah, and then he does some... I agree, though. It's pretty funny. He's just seeing that insight of a professional athlete and him kind of cracking the jokes about his day-to-day life schedule.
Right.
Huh.
Which is very interesting.
And it's kind of weird because you don't give people, like, I would think, much like with my Steve Carell thing when we were talking about the morning show earlier, I have a preconceived notion of who that person is or what kind of role they should be playing. And, for me, and with Brady, I don't think that I could give him a chance at being a stand-up. I don't know. I don't even know if the material was even kind of funny. I don't know if I'd laugh enough because it's weird coming from him.
Well, isn't he also, I don't know Blake Griffin as well, but Tom strikes me as someone who's a little bit more stiff and cardboardy, maybe getting away from the disciplined lifestyle that he had to have to be the GOAT. He'll be able to loosen up a little bit. I just don't know if he could have that kind of X factor.
But he never even had that with interviews. Like back in the day when
That's what I'm
Barkley was
saying.
doing with his thing, like you knew Barkley was going to transfer over to that broadcasting thing seamlessly because Barkley's always kind of been that guy. Shaq's the same thing.
Right.
Shaq always had a giant, fun personality, so it worked out perfectly. Tom's a spiral robot.
I disagree a little bit here. He was completely stiff, anti any entertaining value whatsoever when he played for the Patriots. Then he got a little bit of that Florida Sun, that Tampa Bay vibe. And then all of a sudden he started dropping some more personality-filled social media posts. And you remember when he won the Super Bowl and how funny that was after?
Oh, yeah. And he threw the trophy
He
from
threw the
one
damn
boat to
trophy.
the other.
That's right. But he was drunk.
Yeah, that's what
cool.
comedians do.
Somebody said that he was on one of the roasts and he was really funny.
Yeah.
I didn't see him. I don't know what roast they're talking about, but I've not seen him do it. But I mean, here's the thing. When you're confident, that's half the battle with any of this stuff. And if you're confident in one aspect of your life and you feel, hey, look, I've only put 100% to stuff and it's come over for me. I mean, it's worked. Why wouldn't you do it? I mean, why wouldn't you give it a shot?
I think this actually has a legit chance. If it happens, it will definitely be funny. There's no way he would walk out and ever host any recorded set of his stand-up comedy and have it be bad. He's going to have a lot of coaches.
He gets pros to write for him, or do you think he writes it himself?
Probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and says, I want to joke about Bill Belichick. And then maybe his joke writers come up with something. Like, it would be...
That's like how Ross does it.
It would be really, really funny. Let me stomp out that rumor, Jack. Let me remind you, live on air, people are listening. Don't want anybody joking around with that aspect of my comedy. But I would say...
I'm going to stop writing stuff for you then.
I would say that if he walks out and just talks about anything about the Patriots or anything football related, it's going to be hilarious.
Do you think he works clean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think he works clean. Here's the thing. I think the one thing about Tom is, like, Tom on camera is very milquetoast.
Doesn't eat strawberries.
Oh, geez, guys, no coffee. I'm watching my weight type thing. But I've heard in the locker room, dude is like, one of the boys. He's like, he's the real. He's not that Russell Wilson guy. He's down. Like, people love him. The team loves him.
I think it could work. Blake Griffin
knows?
did it, and that was the same exact card that you saw there. Him talking about his professional athlete life.
Do you think people will be as forgiving to Tom to go out and try something new like that that's so outside of his envelope?
It's so tough. I mean, and again, this is a weird thing, but, when Garth Brooks tried to kind of switch gears and do something, out of the norm, he was, immediately beaten to death. Of course, that Chris Gaines thing was kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. But, when somebody tries to shift gears like that, it's kind of weird. The thing with Tom, though, he's not been in entertainment. He's been in professional sports. However, we know that's entertainment, in the long run, but, it's more competitive. So maybe they will, people will just allow it. I mean, I would go see him for sure. I'd go see him once.
I don't think that there's anything you work on your entertainment muscle if you are a professional athlete because you're in front of a camera speaking to the media. You're coached on that. So that I would definitely call a post-game speech entertainment.
You think in front of a group of reporters you see every week as opposed to randos in a comedy club in Cleveland is the same?
I'm saying that they're similar. Absolutely. Yeah,
I don't believe that. I think that if you reach out, you look out. It's like the president or the press secretary for the president, right? When they look out there's no strange faces, guys. They know every one of those people. Mm-hmm. They know. And can I tell you, they've known them for years. They know them first name, more than likely know their kids' names.
And then
that's the same thing with the sports press corps. Brady looks out there and knows every one of those people.
And didn't Sean Spicer actually go with Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he did.
Okay, so there's that entertainment little thing in front of the camera, camera.
What would you rather watch if you had to choose this Saturday at 10 p.m., the Tom Brady comedy special or the Chris Rock live comedy special on Netflix?
Ooh.
I'd watch Rock. Because I know Rock is going to give me a good, entertaining thing. But I mean, the crash and burn factor of the Brady thing does have some draw, though. I'm not gonna, I can't lie to you about it. I'd tune in for a couple seconds.
You are going to watch the Chris Rock thing this Saturday, though, right?
Yeah, that or I'll record it or whatever.
It's
but for
live.
sure.
No, when it's live, it's going to be live on. Has Netflix ever done a live show before?
Oh wow, I don't know.
I don't think
Live comedy show.
Yeah, so this is going to be live this Saturday night. But I think Seinfeld, the list of stars on it is pretty sick.
Somebody just texted and said about Manning doing SNL and those guys doing SNL. Peyton is good in front of a camera with lines and stuff. He's funny in the commercials, and there's no problem with that. But when he's at the roast, he looks nervous, and he doesn't really come off all that. I think he needs to have that material to really work on it to make it go. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. It'll be interesting. Here's the thing. You wish the guy the best. You hope he does well. Who cares? It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
If he does get the balls to do it, it'd be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, though.
You don't think so?
Oh, yeah. What, did he sign a deal? Did he just say this in an interview?
I think he just broke yesterday.
Yeah, it just broke yesterday that he talked about wanting to do it. I mean, it's a story on Channel 6 today that I had heard this right after retirement, and I thought it was a joke then. But then today I read again that he's thinking about it.
But that whole post-game media interview is... I would call that entertainment because they're not being authentic. They're doing, as one of the famous athletes once said, "I'm only here so I don't get fined."
Right.
Yeah.
It's Bill Belichick isn't being authentic. In fact, he's so inauthentic in those post-game interviews that it's entertaining. He speaks in this monotone voice. They're always coached.
That's the reason you watch Belichick give one is because of his short.
Yeah.
We didn't block well.
Next question.
Next question, right? Your next question. We need to do that better.
I think Tom Brady should be on the Chris Rock special this Saturday.
Oh, good point.
He says he's surrounded by a bunch of people in the business that can give him pointers, and he's right. I mean, he's tied in with the celebrity bunch. I mean, the Wahlbergs and guys like that. They all know each other. They're all friends. He played for the Patriots. Wahlberg is a Boston guy. I mean, he's got entertainment connections, as many as you want. When you're Brady, you're connected to everybody.
If Tom Brady walks out and goes, "You guys ever have a father figure in your life? Not exactly your actual dad, but definitely a father figure, and you win 6 rings, and you give him all these rings, and then he just never really likes you, and then you just go down." That type of talk without ever officially saying Bill Belichick or the Patriots or the Buccaneers, that's going to crush.
Yeah, that teasing stuff would be kind of funny for him to kind of lead on to all these things that people have thought about him for so many years in a comedy context would be kind of fun to watch. All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. So now I got to figure this train thing out tonight, and I will give you guys an update on the price. What do you think the price is going to be? I think it's going to be like $600.
Oh no!
For what? No, wait. For both of them,
exactly.
You have 2 people, and they're talking a cabin.
Yeah, they're going to do a sleeper car.
Yeah.
2 people. They're not going to bring their car. They're definitely going to get any kind of a drink or food package.
So you don't think $600 each way is correct? Or you think it's more or less?
Well, we're only going to go one way. My wife texted me and said we're definitely flying home.
Nice.
So we'll ride up. We'll fly home. It's going to be about a 10 to 12 hour ride or whatever because you ride overnight.
So they're going to bang it out and go bougie for the ride up, knowing that they're going to be saving that money on the ride back.
Well, the thing is with the flight, though, I think the flights are about $250 a piece.
What is the limit on stuff you can bring on the train? Because it might make more sense to fly up, take the train back, because if you are going to a giant estate sale, antique sale,
you're gonna
be bringing stuff back, and if it's more cost effective to bring it on the train with you, that might be the better way to go.
That's a good point, Jack. I hadn't thought about that.
Good point, Jack.
Tip your servers.
Give yourself a ding.
Nice.
Give yourself a ding.
Now you have to ride the train. And you have to take a photo with the conductor while you hold a balloon.
And you have to go clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
What do you think? What do you think a conductor makes? An Amtrak conductor makes? Is that a good paying job?
$80,000.
$105. There's only one of them, right? Per train?
No, there's a conductor and an engineer, right?
But that's sounds like only one conductor.
Jack, you doing it?
I'm looking.
I'm dying to know. What do you guys think before he does it? You think it's $80K, Ross?
105.
You think 105? What do you think, Deb?
I'm going to go 85.
That's a lot of responsibility, guys. That's a lot of responsibility. Airline pilots make about 190, I think. That's the average, 170, 190, something like that, with a few years of experience. I would think a train conductor makes 130.
They are saying the average salary is about $28 an hour.
What?
Yeah. This is I think we're overestimating what they pay for conductors.
Yeah, salary.com says it's between a train conductor in Florida makes between $39,000 to $59,000 per year.
Yeah.
Why is that?
According to Indeed, a conductor
Yeah.
for Amtrak would make between $14 and $45 an hour.
Wow, man, I thought that would be a lot more because of the responsibility. It's not like the trains derail and it causes problems.
Do they
there's
still
lives on board.
Do they still like rock out with a pocket watch and a cool hat?
All aboard!
Yeah. Like,
Ticket, please.
I want all of that. If I'm on a train, dude,
Yeah, you
I
want the
want
experience.
I want
You
there
want
to
the
be
full
a
Harry
chance. Yeah, I want there to be a chance that I am, taken away to a magical land.
Anything off the trolley, dear?
No, yes,
You want
ma'am.
chocolate frogs?
I want all of this.
Do you want
All right,
Birdie
for-
Bot's beans?
407-916-1041. Yes, Jack?
It's looking like we kind of overshot. We doubled it.
Oh man, it's
that
almost like we deemed someone's career as someone who takes care of hundreds of people at a time, having their life in their hands.
How much does a bus driver make? Like in Central Florida, if you're driving one of the Lynx buses, what do you make there? That's got to be in the 38 to 50 range, right?
That's the same as a train, right?
Well, here's the thing with the trains. Is it like a cruise control, like an airplane? Like if you fly that Orlando to New York flight pattern and you're a pilot, buddy, let me tell you, you pilot when you land and you pilot when you take off.
Yeah,
Once you get to cruising altitude, it is on its own.
But we've also seen, we joked, but knowing the routes, knowing the tracks, knowing what needs to be done, you can't underestimate the importance of having people who know, because like you said, there's hundreds of lives on that train.
Damn, man, that's a little crazy.
Your city bus driver is coming in just ahead of the school bus driver, and both are coming in just under the conductor for your train.
Wow, really?
About 50K,
Unbelievable.
31 to 50K.
And we got to show some conductors some love. The next time you see a train conductor, whether it be this life or 5 lives from now, because they're pretty rare.
Say chugga chugga.
Yeah.
Choo choo.
Tell them thanks, man. I feel so bad about this.
I think I'm going to roll up right to mine and just give him a hundo right up top and say, get me there, dog. Come on, just get me there.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to openly weep.
Open mouth kiss you.
All right, 407
Chugga,
916 choo choo. All right, 1041. Text us 77031. Load them up for trivia. We'll do that next.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Mike Golick Jr. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
Big news in L.A., LeBron James' ankle will keep him out several weeks, which has put the Lakers' season on life support. LeBron's age and AD's injury history should give the Lakers clarity this offseason to retool the roster. The days of running it back with these two are over. LeBron and AD struck gold, won a title, but it's time to break up. We don't need another bad Hollywood sequel. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Hey everyone, it's Mike Golick Jr. introducing my new podcast, Gojo, tackling sports, pop culture, and whatever else you can think of. Download and listen to the newest episode from my show, Gojo, the podcast with DraftKings, releasing daily, Monday through Friday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Internal Revenue Service. When you owe a personal or business tax debt and can't pay, just hearing those 3 words brings feelings of fear and anxiety, and it's only a matter of time before tax liens, wage garnishments, or bank levies happen to you. We are J. David Tax Law, a local firm right here in Florida. Your first step to resolution is our no-cost consultation. We take the time to go through your specific tax problem step by step. We explain exactly what your options are and how we will resolve your tax issue. At J. David Tax Law, only highly experienced tax attorneys will represent you, and our fee payment plans are affordable for everyone. If you have tax problems, call us now for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Universal Orlando Resort is hiring daily. Offers made on the spot. Positions start at $15 an hour. Include amazing benefits. And interviews are available in person, virtually, and by phone. Apply now at universalorlandojobs.com and join our universe.
In the drawing room, a group of suspects gathered. The detective has solved the mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, the butler did it.
You'll never catch me. The butler darted to his getaway car. But what he didn't know is this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Wait, what?
And his car is no match for the detective's Nissan Rogue or its standard VC turbo engine. Save on one of your own at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select models. Availability is limited. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months available on new 2023 Altima, Rogue, and Pathfinder when financed through NMAC. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Offer ends 2/28/23.
Because I don't like asking my family for help.
Because paying utility bills on time beats paying reconnection fees.
Amscott Cash Advance, up to $500. No credit checks. Get started at amscott.com. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
We all do it. Joining online home improvement groups and saving our favorite kitchens. Thinking, someday. But a kitchen remodel seems too expensive and time-consuming, right? Actually, you would be surprised at how affordable and efficient it can be. And with Home Outlet, you have access to the largest selection of in-stock cabinets, plus completely free kitchen planning services. Let the experienced designers at Home Outlet help you turn Sunday into today. Visit your local 100% employee-owned Home Outlet to get started.
I'm Charles. I got a bad back injury when a truck crashed into my car. You know those lawyer ads. All they talk about are themselves and money, money, money. I wanted the best doctors for my back. I called attorney Glenn Klausman. He got me to really good doctors, and I'm doing great. Glenn was always available to talk to. He got me a great settlement and quicker than I thought possible. Car crash? Call Klausman at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com.
Office, Winter Park.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me. Nuh-uh. Oh, no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus get 2 times O Rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This hour of Real Radio brought to you by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming March 1st.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created.
obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. One of the most horrific train rides I ever took was from Beijing into North Korea. Oh man, that took 24 hours, multiple stops, inspections. That was not fun. Never doing that again. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Next time you go to North Korea.
Yeah, I'll mark the date. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Speaking of Ross, let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo!
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
I have a pair of passes to, of course, the premier golf event in the entire state of Florida. I'm going to just say
let me tell you.
Oh, take that PGA Championship.
This field is as sick as it gets. I mean, if you want to watch the best players on planet Earth, this field is John Rahm, Xander Schauffele, Max Homa, Ricky Fowler.
They're all there.
It just on and on and on.
That's right. I have a pair of passes to the Arnold Palmer Invitational on the White Claw deck. That includes grounds passes as well. This is for Thursday. I thought that was tomorrow. Thursday, March 2nd, not tomorrow. That's this Thursday because today is Tuesday. And that is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Don't feel bad, Ross. I thought it was Wednesday, too. Back to you, Jim.
All right, thanks, Ever. Appreciate that. Ross, who goes first today, buddy?
Let's welcome Warren on line 2.
Warren, how are you doing, Warren?
Doing good, Jimmy. What's going on?
Not much, brother. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Of course.
Let's do it then.
Do you want to play a game?
All right, Warren, this is a really easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. If you can find it, off to the sauce jar you go. Are you ready?
Yep.
What kind of music do you listen to there, Warren?
A lot of bluegrass.
Oh, very good. All right, on this day in 1977, singer, songwriter, businessman, new country music superstar.
Garth Brooks?
He was the 2010's Country Music Artist of the Decade.
Kenny Chesney.
His wife got in some heat for some comments she made.
Keith Urban.
Jason Aldean was born.
Oh, nailed it.
There we go. Jason Aldean's birthday. Here are 4 fun facts, or 3 fun facts about Jason Aldean. Are you ready, buddy?
The bell was for Ross.
Oh, yep.
All right, good. Here we go. Jason Aldean met his current wife when they were just 13 years old. Number 2. He and good friend country music star Luke Bryan have matching deer tattoos.
Oh.
Number 3. Before hitting it big in country music, he drove a delivery truck for Pepsi. Or lastly, his favorite food is sushi. Which one of those is a lie?
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is absolutely true. He and Luke Bryan do have matching deer tattoos because of a company they own called Buck Commander.
Let's get that.
There you go. Thanks, Warren. I appreciate that. Ross, who's next, buddy?
Let's welcome Matt on line 3.
Matt, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, doing well. How you doing?
Good, man. See if you can find the lie here. We're talking about Jason Aldean. Number 1, he met his current wife when they were only 13 years old. Number 2, before hitting it big in country music, he drove a delivery truck for Pepsi. Or lastly, his favorite food is sushi.
I've never met a country guy that likes sushi unless it's a sushi burger. So let's do that.
No, he does. He loves sushi. That's his favorite food. Sorry, buddy. That's absolutely 1,000% true. The only thing he doesn't like is he doesn't like spicy mayo.
Really?
That's what I read.
Duly noted.
Of all the things.
Yeah, what
Who is next,
odd,
Ross?
What an odd piece of information to have.
I know.
Just out into the internet. Let's welcome Scotty on line 5.
Hey, I don't know if you heard, Jason Aldean don't like spicy mayo. Scotty, how you doing?
Doing wonderful. How are you guys?
Good. Got a 50-50 shot here going to the API. Here we go. Talking about Jason Aldean, the country star. Number 1, he met his current wife when they were only 13 years old. Or lastly, before hitting it big in country music, he drove a delivery truck for Pepsi.
Number 1.
Number 1's the answer. You're going to the tournament, buddy. You're a winner.
Oh, yeah.
Very good, buddy. Woo! Put him on hold there, and Ross will take very good care of him. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you playing.
Nice.
Before hitting it big, he did drive a delivery truck for Pepsi. That seems to be like the standard thing in country music. You know, Alan Jackson was like a forklift driver for Walmart or something, and all these guys have very common jobs like the day before they make it, and then they make it and become gillionaires and go buy half of Tennessee and build a house. A couple other things you may not know about Jason Aldean. By the way, I wouldn't know one song. I know he's really popular. I just don't, country music is not my thing, so I don't even know one tune.
See, that's how wild the internet is. You don't know one song, one tune, but you do know he doesn't like spicy mayo.
Isn't that great? A couple other things you may not know about Jason Aldean before we get over to Ross Thoughts. His first performance was at a Macon, Georgia VFW. 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
14 years old. Had to get home so he could do his homework after the show. His full name is Jason Aldean Williams. It's actually Aldean, but it's spelled A-L-D-I-N-E, not D-E-A-N. And he uses his middle name as his last name. His actual last name is Williams.
Wow.
He was a highly scouted high school baseball player. He actually turned down scholarships because he couldn't imagine going to school for 4 more years. And lastly here, he was once kicked off stage in an Alabama bar for refusing to play Purple Rain. There you go. Jason Aldean turns, I think, 43 or something today or whatever it is. Ross, what's coming up for thoughts, dog?
We have them every single day. I'm starting to think that we have them every hour. Every day and every hour, and I'm just now warming up to these things. This massive aspect of all of our existences. I used to hate it, and now I'm starting to really appreciate them. I'll tell you what it is after the break.
I cannot wait. Great tease. Ross Thoughts up next.
And his woman smoking Pall Malls, watching Laura Ingalls.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Granny's getting lit, she's heading out to bingo.
Real Radio 104.1 is 30 years old. Guess it's time to move out of our parents' guest house. Garage. Thanks for keeping the dream alive over 3 decades.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Northbound travel on 417, still a stop-and-go ride from a crash taking up the left lane at Chanyang Parkway, and it looks like traffic's still backed up to I-Drive, so consider Osceola Parkway or US 192 for an easier alternate. Eastbound I-4 is still slow between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as westbound between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earn doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Liz $1 million.
About a year ago, I was in a really bad accident. Nobody would help us. But when we called Mr. DeWitt and his team, they were there to help through the whole thing. I'm extremely happy with the results. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
The 111th Annual Central Florida Fair returns March 2nd through March 12th. Have fun at the huge Midway featuring rides, games, and food. Enjoy live music and entertainment, animals, competitive exhibits, and so much more. Celebrate community and make lifelong memories with your family and friends. Only at the Central Florida Fair March 2nd through March 12th. For more information and to buy tickets, go to centralfloridafair.com. That's centralfloridafair.com.
Is that a horse?
Actually, it's a wild stallion. Since Navy Federal Credit Union's Platinum Card made it easier to tame our holiday debt, I wanted to see if I could tame something else.
Uh-huh.
Help me saddle up. I need to pick the kids up from school.
With a low intro APR on balance transfers, the Platinum Credit Card lets you take control of your debt. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/Platinum offer. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
When a person has a cardiac arrest, survival depends on immediately receiving CPR from someone nearby. Only about 40% of people who experience an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest receive the immediate help that they need before professional help arrives. Music can save lives. Songs like Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees or Crazy in Love by Beyonce have 100 to 120 beats per minute, the same rate at which you should perform compressions when administering CPR. Head to iHeart.com/CPR playlist for a full list of songs.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better," unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. If you feel like helping out, go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Is that the return of the Mac?
Most certainly. One of your favorite.
Yeah, okay. You remembered that too, right, Jack? I'm not just losing my mind.
Yeah, I remember.
Jim is bopping his head to this song.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ross.
No. Please, yes, you do. Jim
Did I say I didn't like this song?
Oh, yeah.
This flavor jam, are you kidding?
This is totally in Jim's groove. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Right up my alley, buddy. How dare you? 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. I'm Jim. Deb is here. So
Hello.
is Jack. Let's get some Ross thoughts. Don't look so dumbfounded, buddy.
It's weird.
You should be used to the sound.
It's funny.
12 minutes.
Sometimes.
I remember it.
Of Jim
It's Ross.
hating that song.
Spelled like
Love it.
sauce.
It was your breakup song, Ross thoughts.
It's such a good song.
You
Return
said
of
it-
the Mac.
You said it was the
It is.
only
Yeah, no one's
breakup
arguing
song for
with it.
guys.
Yeah.
No one's arguing. because you guys stopped arguing, looking at Jim. You did argue for that song being trash.
I love that song.
Oh, no, I've
Well,
always been a fan. That's why I play it.
Ross, I think you're wrong, and I think you're gaslighting me. I don't think I ever said that.
All right, this is what I can't get over. This has been such a wildly new take so far for me in life.
Okay.
They happen every day. The older you get, I think they happen way more. At 23, I virtually had 2 of these a month. At 33, I am averaging 2 before noon.
Leg cramps.
I got to work on my buzzer noise.
Oh man, 2 of these before noon. Allergy attacks?
Nope, nothing. So it's kind of physical. Jack, one last stab.
Is it a thought? Maybe an idea or
a bowel movement?
Not a bowel movement.
Headache?
I'm not there. No. It's such a wild word. First of all, this word starts off with one hell of a 1-2 punch for its first 2 syllables.
Okay.
Obla. Last 2 syllables.
Obligation?
Gations.
Oh, wow.
Obligations.
Oh, yeah, baby. Obligations.
Are blowing up in my 30s, dog.
Obligations are all in your face.
What? There's so many obligations. Now, I've always looked at the definition of obligation is you have to do it. You're doing it when you don't genuinely deep down in your bones want to.
No.
Yep.
You just have to.
You got to do it.
Now in my early 30s, I have been to birthday parties. Obligations.
Yeah, buddy.
I am obligated. And you know what? Since getting married, through the roof on the obligation chart.
Because now, and this is an odd thing, and I'm going to say this, and I'll probably get called out a little bit for it. There is an inequitable expectation in marriages when it comes to things that the wife thinks the man should do with her as opposed to the things the man thinks the wife should do with him. Do you guys know what I mean? If you don't go to that certain baby shower or wedding shower because all the other husbands or boyfriends are going, you're a bad guy. But you could never in a million years ask your wife to do something equal to that on your side. Hey, you want to come to my draft party for my fantasy team?
Well, why would you ask her to that?
But it doesn't matter. Why would you ask me to go to a baby shower?
And then when you walk in, I've been to a baby shower, and was it a baby? I think it was a baby shower.
It was a baby shower, yes.
I was pretty drunk. I don't know. I started drinking because I was like, I really don't want to be here. And you know what alcohol is great for? Wanting to be wherever I'm at. That's how good alcohol can be. It can turn this turd stain of an afternoon into a real fun time.
I'm wondering what obligations you could have. Like, you don't have a car payment.
I don't have a car payment. But here's the thing.
You don't have children.
Have kids.
I don't have kids. And that's going to just blow up the obligation rate.
Oh, buddy, if you think life is overwhelming now, you may want to go ahead and get fixed.
Well, now here's the thing. There's so many obligations. I also, going back to that baby shower, isn't it great whenever I've been to a wedding, straight up obligated, had to fly across the damn country for it. Never wanted to go. Never even wanted. I didn't even want to think about going. I packed about 40 minutes before I was supposed to leave, and I was pouting, and I pouted.
$1,000.
But then you show up and you find everybody else who's also obligated.
Yeah.
And when 2 obligated people meet up, mountains get moved.
Oh, yeah.
Drugs are done because there's no rules. Two obligated people meeting, that's
freedom.
That's an explosion of fun right there. Oh, you don't want to be here? I don't want to be here. Let's burn something. Let's tear something down.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think your greatest obligation is? When you wake up every morning, what's the number one thing that you need to achieve daily?
Daily, I usually clean up my floors because my dogs brought in dirt, and that's not an easy fix. I would have to get a whole new backyard.
Okay.
But every day, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I also don't want to be able to moonwalk this easily in my living room.
Right, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah,
that
because
would
the
drive
floor...
me badass crazy.
Exactly. The floors get slick, so I don't want to do it, but I have to because I'm not trying to live in a sandbox.
Jack can't understand this. He has no obligations whatsoever. So he's really having a difficult time connecting. Ross,
I think
could you
Jack's
help him?
obligated right now.
Yeah.
Jack's obligated to 16 things right now. The show just being one. And can I tell you, probably number 4 on the list.
My back hurts.
Yeah.
Everything hurts.
It's just
you don't have to deal with body pain yet.
Oh, yeah, just wait.
All the stuff that you have to deal with, and waking up thinking you just got every day seems like you've just started working out.
Yep.
And then when your body pain is a result of the weight of the obligations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cycle. How do you break?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Retirement.
Yeah, you just quit.
At 56, you just call it good. And your Social Security check will be about $30 a month.
So many obligations. Now, here comes the biggest plot twist of it all.
All right, very good.
I want obligations. I want the not want to do things.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
I got to draw this one out.
All right.
Yeah.
Obligation is that I don't want to do something, but I still want to do it, or I'm going to end up doing it, even though I don't want to.
This does not Venn diagram well.
And now I have learned to appreciate obligations because the end result gives me a pretty cool life high. So when I do clean up all that sand that my dogs brought in because my backyard has a meth problem, then I can go ahead and kind of smile and soak in the life high of like, hot damn, I did it again. Take that, Tuesday. Woo-wee, I'm crushing it. So now the more obligations, the more end results of me like fist pumping going like, oh yeah,
this.
Dunked on that weekday. So it's this weird paradox. I'm not yet at the point of too many obligations, but I am definitely at the point of going, man, I am doing a lot of stuff that I don't want to do.
Did you have an expectation of what your life was going to look like at 33 years old?
I think, I don't know about an expectation, but I always thought about it in the sense of not knowing and being curious. Okay. I don't think I had a straight up expectation.
All right.
I don't know. Expectations can, they've hurt me in the past.
Gotcha. And I want to make sure I'm clear because I just want to clear it. So the number one obligation you have every morning when you wake up is just making sure the floor is swept.
No, God, no. All right, I see what you're doing.
Okay, yeah, you walked right into that one.
I use that single obligation as an example.
Okay.
I'm more trying to bring up that 23, I had like 2 obligations a month.
Yeah,
rent
what were those,
and
by the way?
Gasoline, maybe.
Rent and gas money, right?
And that's not even...
Making it to work is an obligation. You know, being good on the air is an obligation. Those are all things we expect from you. Those are obligations.
But it's just so many.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, from your wife. Are there a lot from your wife?
Oh.
Obligations for her?
Oh. Make me want to fake white rich guy laugh. Of course there's obligations. There's obligations every turn of life right now.
Who asks, or excuse me, I should say, what asks the most of you?
Ooh.
I would say stand up. And pursuing just entertainment as a career, because the more and more I am in entertainment as a career, I'm like, oh, dude, this is such a dumpster fire. This is wild of how you're never done and you've never started yet.
Yeah,
right.
You're years in.
Right.
And that's not even. I'm not even referring to doing radio. I just think entertainment as a whole. It's just like, oh, dude, what a crapshoot. Who knows?
Yeah.
The harder you work, the more dice you get to throw. So
look, let me tell you, man, when you listen to these podcasts I'm listening to, like, you know, Smartless and Marin and those guys, all these super famous people come on there and they're super famous, and every single one of them to the T just talk about how lucky they were. Right place, right time, right face, you know, right thing, and it just caught on. easy to work with, and boom, next thing you know, you got a gigantic career.
Yeah.
I mean, to the T, guys. I can name one after the other of people who are the biggest names in entertainment, and they basically were in the right place at the right time, got a good gig, and off they went.
But, to that point, what career, what job doesn't have some element of luck? The only thing that I can think of is, like, sports, which is such a black and white thing.
But you have to have a lot of talent. And also in accounting, likability is not going to get you through an accounting firm. You still have to be good. Likability will help you as an attorney for sure, but you still have to know the law. They still require that. I think, it's funny. You are a unique study for somebody like me. Watching you grow up and watching you go from like having very little responsibility now to, having a full-blown career and a wife and all this other stuff. It's been fun watching. I mean, and I have to tell you, I think you've transitioned well out of somebody who really didn't. You had focus on your stand-up career for sure, but it wasn't like that dialed-in thing you have now. It's been fun to watch.
Well, now so in conclusion, what I'm trying to say is that if you are picking up on, wow, a lot of my life right now is filled with stuff that I don't want to do that I have to do, because that's an easy trap to get stuck in.
Called adulting.
Yeah. Try to, I don't know, this is what's been helping me out, is really focusing on the end result of when the obligation goes away and bottling that up and giving yourself a lot of credit when credit is due. Because that's what's 100%. Making me want to have more obligations, because you get... It's a privilege to have an opportunity to be able to see the fruits of your labor, and that's what obligations can offer. So it's not completely negative, but my God, are there tons of them.
What asks the most of you of your day?
It's
floors.
Sending emails, trying to think of what digital footprint can I do to pursue further stand-up comedy.
Yeah, gotcha.
Or honestly, not even stand-up comedy, just entertainment as a whole, which is a privilege, to say the least. And those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Northbound travel on 417, still a stop-and-go ride from a crash taking up the left lane at Jonyum Parkway, and it looks like traffic's still backed up to I-Drive, so consider Osceola Parkway or US 192 for an easier alternate. Eastbound I-4 is still slow between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, as well as westbound between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
We're hiring. Come be a part of the magic at Walt Disney World Resort. Discover full-time and part-time roles, including custodial, food and beverage, culinary, and more. Learn about upcoming events at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs/job fair.
To your bathrooms in your home, you got to make sure the ones are good. That's right. Rebath of Mid-Florida is all about getting you a bathroom that you're going to love every single time you walk in, turn that light on, boom. Trendy, beautiful, natural stone if you want it, travertine and marble, beautiful colors. And yes, their design team knows all the trends. They can design that stuff you see in magazines with no problem whatsoever. And by the way, these products are virtually indestructible, and they're gorgeous as well. And if you don't believe me, go put your hands on this stuff. You can actually see it up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where their showroom is. And know this, when you hire Rebath, it's only Rebath. There's some companies out there claiming that they get their products from Rebath or the Rebath affiliated. That is not true. You'll see that Rebath team every single day, perfectly dressed in their uniforms, ready to do your job. If it's not Rebath and you don't see it, you got to make that call to make sure, because there's a lot of con guys out there doing jobs under the name of Rebath. Don't get caught up in that. Get the OG. These guys have the best stuff and the best installers as well. Hop on their website, look at the before and afters, and then book your appointment. Your new bathrooms right there in Altamont at RebathMidFLA.com.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now job fair March 1st at the Orlando Science Center and connect with over 70 recruiters, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Florida Jobs Now job fair March 1st from noon to 4 at the Orlando Science Center. And parking is free. Get more info at fljobsnow.com. Presented by SeaWorld and Aquatica.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym. And I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVin.com. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
This Friday, Guy Ritchie, the director of Sherlock Holmes and The Gentleman, brings you the first great action comedy of the year. Don't miss Operation Fortune.
You dance, I'll play.
Starring Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, and Hugh Grant.
Game on.
Operation Fortune, rated R.
Skid Row and Buck Cherry together. The Gang's All Here tour. March 28th, 8 p.m. inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Skid Row, Buck Cherry, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Are you ready for Bike Week? Come join us for not one, but 2 free concerts brought to you by Rich Newsom, motorcycle lawyer. That's right, 2 free concerts at the world-famous Cackleberry Campground in New Smyrna Beach. Come out and see Confederate Railroad Sunday, March 5th, followed by Colt 4th Thursday, March 9th. Shows start at 8 p.m. We can't wait to see you there. Brought to you by Rich Newsom, motorcycle lawyer. For more details, visit bigbikelaw.com.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all.
iHeartRadio.
Access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Ryan Seacrest. I go by the name of Charlamagne the God.
Hi, I'm Ellen K.
Bobby Bones here. Hola, soy Enrique Santos.
Access to all of the best free curated playlists.
My favorite music.
The best songs.
A little bit of everything.
Access to all of the great podcasts for every interest.
The Stuff You Should Know podcast. The Daily Show podcast. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
This hour of programming brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Need a new roof? Then you need Mike at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I don't know. You tell me. Tom Brady was on Saturday Night Live dressed as a woman. I would do him. But Gronk and Tom's more like a Stephen Rake kind of a character. He could be deadpan or funny as hell, but Gronk is funnier.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Gronk's got that kind of frat boy thing, and he's funny to laugh at. But I don't know. I don't think he's real. I don't think he's going to knock you over with his.
Yeah, they had him on the pregame show for the Super Bowl on Fox, and it's.
Yeah. He sounds like he looks.
Yeah, also those things, there's a chemistry that people, I think, don't realize when you do an ensemble thing. You kind of get used to when to talk, when not to talk, and kind of, and he was just kind of blasting any thought he had.
Yeah, just plowing through there.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Call, text us, 77031. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Beginning of the show, I told you guys there's a new tool out there for kids who want to remove images, explicit images, any image, actually, from a few of the platforms. Have you guys heard about this yet?
No.
Yeah, it says, once you send it, of course, we've talked about this a whole bunch, and a lot of parents have as well. You can't get those images back once you send it. So if that boyfriend's pressuring you to send an explicit photo, or if a boy is being pressured by somebody else to send an explicit photo, once you send that, you're done. You're done. Once that is sent and received by somebody else, that image can be shared and saved and manipulated
forever.
It's timeless. It will, it'll be here as long as the internet is here. It says once you send that photo, you can't take it back. That obviously has been the warning to teenagers for years. Actually, and adults as well. It's not just for teenagers. Adults are stupid too.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Maybe even more so because they should know better. I think when an adult gets busted doing it, I think it's even worse because they should know better. Kids sometimes are dumb and they're very, very malleable, especially young teen girls. Trying to impress a boy or something like that, they're going to do a bunch of stupid stuff.
I think adults, older people who do this, I think they should know less. I think we should give them more slack. I get it.
Yeah.
Internet, new, get a little crazy. You weren't born and raised with it, so
right.
You might touch a couple of hot stoves.
And look, man, this is something that, I don't, my wife and I have explicit rule. We do not send graphic photographs to each other at all. Just because if your phone gets hacked, if you make a mistake, you just don't want that accidentally going anywhere. It's just, that can be a nightmare scenario. The tool is called Take It Down. And it's actually operated by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and funded partly by Meta. Of course, that's Facebook and Instagram, actually. It lets anyone anonymously and without uploading any actual pictures create what essentially a digital fingerprint of the image. So basically what it is, when you go to send the image, if you send it through this Take It Down thing, it'll give it a hash. They don't say hashtag, just a hash, which I guess is a number that's associated with that particular photograph. So at any given time, if you want it down, they bring that hash up and delete it, and it goes wherever that, that hash is, and then it finds it and deletes the photo.
Wow.
Now, the bad thing is obviously it's only a few people doing it now. Facebook, Instagram. What is Yubo?
I don't know about Yubo.
Yeah, YUBO. OnlyFans and Pornhub are doing this all. TikTok and Twitter have not agreed to it yet.
Yubo is a French social networking app.
There you
go. Okay.
60 million users.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And it says also, there is a problem. WhatsApp doesn't do it as well. Now, there are problems with it, of course, because with WhatsApp, they encrypt photographs. If a photograph has been encrypted, it cannot be taken back because the hash also will be encrypted, I guess. They can't take back photographs that have been altered in any way. Like if let's say you put a video or a photo up of me, Ross, and somebody memed it, that because that meme alters the photograph, it doesn't have the same hash anymore. So it can continue on. So there are some holes in the situation, but at least it's a start to give somebody a little power over their images if they make a little mistake or something.
You guys never sent, though, like a funny nude photo?
I'll tell you, when Tori and I first got together, in the first 2 years, there was one instance where I was out of town and we shared photos like that, but we had to agree to immediately delete it, and we did. She will take a joke. She took a joke picture of me one time. She was sitting on the front porch reading a book, and I snuck around the back of the house and stripped down naked and streaked in front of her.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how quick to the draw she was with her phone.
She's very quick.
My girl might as well be 14 years old because boom, and the camera was up, full video of the entire thing. And by the way, it was hilarious.
And it was probably blurry, so you look like a Geneva Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly. An albino Bigfoot.
Yeah. Oh, Bigfoot got a haircut.
Look at that Yeti Jimmy.
And, and you just immediately delete those. I mean, my wife doesn't even let me keep pictures of her that she doesn't like that we take together that she's sitting there with. If she doesn't like the photograph, she will delete it.
And then wait, so this was how long ago? This was 16 years ago?
What, the streaking thing?
No, you sending these photos. So you were probably using like a Nokia.
Oh yeah. It was we were flip crazy.
Yeah, it was a grainy photo.
Oh, yeah. Grainy AF.
Well, don't you, Ross, like to take the funny photos? Like you'll take one from under and you're looking at the camera.
Let me clarify. I think a like is a strong word. I've done it once. I've done it 3 photos, 1 person, and not my wife. How's that? So I don't know where those photos are.
Oh, no. No.
Did you make a hand puppet?
Jim, they're funny photos, though.
How funny?
Does it show your junk?
Of course, I think he took an undershot.
Yeah. I told you this, Jim. I took, from the Grundle area.
Yeah.
And
everybody knows where that is. It's just past, go ahead.
Yeah. It's the Flesh Bridge.
Yeah, okay.
And I went ahead. I had my flash on, so it flashed my wang. So you see like a silhouette of what I'm working with, and then my terrified face behind the Ku Klux Klan wiener that is being overexposed.
Somebody please find this photo and send it to us. I want to put this on a T-shirt really bad.
How could you sleep at night knowing that's out there?
Because it's hilarious, dude.
If I knew a Grundle shadow pic of my junk was just roaming out there in the cloud, I would not be able to sleep.
Honestly, I say
that ain't happening.
I said Ku Klux Klan because the light is overexposing it.
Oh, it's super white.
Yeah, it's very, very white in this photo.
It looks like a UFO?
Yeah, it looks like, honestly, it looks angelic, heaven-like. Because it looks like a ghost. And all you see is just the silhouette of my mom's decision when I was born.
Oh. With a halo.
Yeah, like with an Abrams lens flare. It's one hell of a photo. So how
many of those are out there?
3. And that was
Ross.
like one of the poses. The other.
What was the others?
How long ago was this?
Oh, dude, 2014.
Okay, so not that long ago. What was the other pose? God almighty, I braced myself for this one.
I just remember that one pose, to be honest with you. And I think the other one was in front of a mirror, and it was like I had to bend down in front of the mirror.
I knew there was going to be bending.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You gave her a check?
No, I didn't do that.
What's that?
Yeah, you like checking for stuff.
No, it wasn't that. I wasn't squatting and coughing, but I leaned up against the bathroom counter.
You made pressed ham.
With my junk, though. I made pressed sausage.
Oh,
wow. He had a Cuban.
And you took a picture of that and sent it to somebody?
Yeah.
Pressed against the mirror?
Against a shower door?
Not a shower door. A bathroom counter.
So it looked like 2 dudes were pressing them together?
Well,
it looked like you were junk smashing?
No, okay. I don't know. Jack, help me out here.
But that's what you're saying, right? You pressed your junk against the mirror and took a picture. It looks like you were junk smashing.
Show title.
No, okay. How do I describe this? I don't.
You just did.
No. The whole idea was just to have like my little buddy popping out.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So I used
but that's fine.
I used the countertop.
Oh, to squeeze it, kind of like.
Yeah. So I'm up against the countertop and
pressing
just so that it stays.
So it's coming up over the counter.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, Mr. Bill!
I'm in the photo too, right? Kind of like one of those.
Okay, and then the third
also,
pose.
once again, still with a horrified face.
Okay.
Like, what the hell is that?
Wait, you think you'd learn? I mean, you were scared of the first one.
No, I wasn't.
Did you think pressing it against the countertop was going to make it easier?
Jim, thank you, Deb. I was acting because I thought it was hilarious to be scared by my own junk.
Okay.
And the third pose?
God,
dare I ask?
I'm trying to remember.
I remember?
No, I just remember the funniest one was the overexposed one.
Okay.
So you didn't put a leg up on the toilet tank and go for an under-over?
No.
Or shrink wrap it for a Dexter feel?
And also, I know we're supposed to be telling people not to send, nude photos or take nude
We
photos.
are, Ross. That's the goal here.
But with that said, if you grab the right junk pic, you can have confidence for the rest of your life. You get that little perspective thing. You know, it looks like Frodo chilling with Gandalf, and you're like, wow, how'd they do that?
Where's the ring?
I'm going to need Scorsese to make mine look any,
Say hello to my little friend.
Dude, you're good. I can teach you. I can show you the
Oh, you got that fisheye lens?
way. Yeah.
What would you call that class? If you were going to teach that class, what would you call that class of taking odd photographs of your own genitalia?
I would call it would need an acronym.
Junk shots.
Yeah, junk shots. Junks shots with an X.
Shots with a Z?
Yeah.
Ooh,
with
how
a Z.
about
Yeah.
Junk and gunk.
Oh, God.
I don't know about gunk. I took care of all of that. I was like when I was 18.
So nobody else has rando nudes out there, right? Jack, you don't have any rando nudes out there? You've definitely sent something to your wife, though.
No, we've done the live thing.
All right.
Back and forth.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, player.
A little capture screenshot.
I'm not that brave yet.
We made a tape once, but it was back.
Did you really?
God.
A tape? Oh, my God.
Who worked the clapboard?
What year was this? How bad was the camera? Did it look like stop motion?
They call me Heat Miser.
I think it, yeah, it was a cam tape, but I think that tape has long been destroyed.
Are you sure?
I'm sure my wife probably destroyed it. I don't remember what
A
happened.
machine so old, a substitute teacher has to come and set it up for you?
Yeah, was it on a VHS tape?
Beta,
it was
dude.
8mm.
They roll it in and it's zip tied to a cart. Deb?
No.
Have you ever even
Wait,
taken a picture of yourself nude?
Sorry. Deb, have you ever leave the lights on?
Deborah, you
Let's
definitely
back
have
it up
sent
a lot.
You've sent at least one sexy picture to Chris.
No.
Not one.
No.
Not a boob shot.
Provocative.
Or nothing?
A boob shot?
Not naked, but just provocative.
Half a boob, Deb. One boob.
Cleavage. Hey, can't wait for you to get home.
Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, hey, trust me, he'll love it. That's best lunch ever.
If we get a random thank you text from Chris, we'll know.
Just not my city phone.
Oh,
yeah, those
Straight to the cloud.
That's funny.
Yeah, those sunshine laws. Yeah, there's some things you don't want the city keeping track of.
We should all take a
No.
picture of part of our body parts and then make like a Jim Colbert Show Franken-man woman. Franken thing.
It's 2023.
It'll be Jack's hair. We'll take my chest.
What?
Thank you, Ross.
We're not taking your chest.
Well, it's between him and Deb.
Well,
what about my chest?
No, why would we go with your chest or Jimmy's chest and not my chest?
First, why don't you point it out for me?
My chest?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't see it because you're so evil and I am so innocent.
Oh. But we've got his little buddy with the Dexter feel.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious, man. If you get the right perspective, you're like, oh, dude, I am wilding. I'm killing it.
I'm voting for Deb's chest.
Jesus, Jack.
Whose feet? It can't be mine. I don't take care of them.
I have pretty good feet for a guy.
All right, good.
Might have to do that. I need to go to a what do you get those?
Pedicure?
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
You guys have still been waiting for this bro date that's going on between Jimmy Jack, Ross, and Scott Maxwell. I've been waiting for over a year.
I know. It's been longer than that. God, it's so good.
Sounds like a jilted lover.
There's one time I got really drunk and cameras started filming, and I remember thinking, oh, man, I think I am doing work. And then, like, next morning, cup of coffee, real sober, watched it. I was like, I am horrific looking.
You filmed yourself doing it and then watched it the next morning over coffee?
Yeah, because I remembered, like, oh, yeah, I think we did that. And then I watched it, and I was like, nah, man. These porn people make it look real easy.
They do.
Yeah,
that was a funny episode of Friends, actually, when she and Ross,
Yeah,
it's never as good on tape as you think it's going to look.
And it's not, from what you talk to some of the actors, it's not comfortable. Like, it's, when you're doing it for the camera, it isn't like,
sexy.
It's not comfortable. It's very separated because you got to get the camera in there to show stuff and stuff.
And it sucks because
stuff?
Where you're recording, if you're recording from a POV view, that means that the camera is really close to your face, and then what you're breathing. So I'm just hearing me breathe.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to breathe like that.
Nothing sexier than a wounded hog trying to stay alive. Something's been hit by a car and it's on its last breath.
It sounded like I needed a brown paper bag.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, Jesus, Jack.
Yeah. And then you hear my small murmurs. I'm not good at sexy talk, man.
I'm not good at it either, buddy.
You know what I
I'm
try?
not good at it. And my wife hates it.
What I try to do, I just try to have sexy body language.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
you should stick with the talk.
Wait, well, can you show us what that looks like?
Oh, please. What's that? What are you doing?
I think he's trying to pass a stone.
I know he does. It looks like he's trying to pass a stone. What are you doing with your lips?
I think it's that BM we talked about.
All right, guys.
That's so uncomfortable.
What are you talking about? That's hot.
That face would get you thrown out of a venue. If you just showed that face to security, they'd immediately walk you to the door. That is so gross. I feel so bad for Olivia having to stare at that.
Is that your O face?
And here comes the Bobcat. You guys want to read Jungle Book with me?
No, I do not want to read Jungle Book.
All right.
Jack looks like he's considering it, though. He just needs to go home and get the camera.
And I'm not touching your counters anymore either. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Jack, what are you thinking about right now? You're over here biting your index finger.
Huh? When will this end?
Okay.
Right now. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up for last call. Let's get out of here on a Tuesday.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
If I had top secret classified documents and a Corvette, and I pick up a nice young lady for a date, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you've got a Corvette." If her pants aren't already unbuttoned, I go, "Hey,
hit the glove box.
Why don't you hit the glove box?"
The News Junkie, weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And you know what? Our heat wave continues. We're going to see highs up around 90 degrees for the next 4 days. And considering that our typical high, what's normal, is 77, this is pretty significant. Definitely an early spring. First off, tonight we'll see a low of 64. The high tomorrow, 88 with mostly sunny skies. 89 on Thursday and 91 on Friday. We'll cool it down just a little bit late this weekend with a weak cold front, though. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Hear celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
Hey guys, Jim here for my friends over at Solar Bear. Last year, right here in Orlando, they busted those rates up at utilities 3 times, and they're thinking about doing it again. But you can stop going along with those rate increases because now is the time to go solar with Solar Bear. They're the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida, and they can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. Solar Bear, the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state, not to mention they're locally owned and operated, which means no subcontractors. Just visit solarbear.com today and get that free estimate. And check it out right now. 0 down, 0% interest, and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. You can say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
Real Radio 104.1 presents the Ocoee Music Festival March 10th and 11th at Bill Breeze Park, brought to you by ePass. It's a free weekend celebration featuring live performances from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Night Ranger, and the Mavericks on Friday, and Chris Jansen and Nico Moon on Saturday, plus many more. And did we mention it's absolutely free? Get more info now at realradio.fm/events.
Daytona Supercross is more than the race that defines careers and the sound of revving engines echoing in your ears. It's more than the brutal competition on the gnarliest course that I've designed to date. It's your heart thumping from being closer to the action than you've ever been before. The atmosphere, under the lights. I'm Ricky Carmichael, and this is Daytona Supercross. Do you feel it?
You will. Saturday, March 4th at the World Center of Racing. Get tickets and trackside access at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nuh-uh. Oh, no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
This hour of Real Radio brought to you by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming March 1st.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Tuesday. We do thank you. Hope you had a great day. Hope you have a big week planned out. Got a beautiful weekend coming up with some great weather. So Central Florida is cracking. Springtime in Central Florida. Can't get much better than that, right?
Except it's in the 90s.
I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Springtime was this morning, Deb.
Right, exactly.
It's already summer now.
Ross is here as well.
It's all
right,
true.
407-916-1041. It looks like we have a last call all loaded up. You guys just hang loose there for a second. We'll get to you in just a minute. Tomorrow, let's see, we have Animal House tomorrow, and I think we have the zoo coming in, but we have some guests we haven't had before.
Yeah, we have Christina and Sarah coming in tomorrow afternoon, and they also have a couple of amphibian friends, I guess you could call it.
I think it is. Yeah.
Christina O'Donnell, I'm sorry. It's Christina O'Donnell and Sarah Hall from the Central Florida Zoo.
Very nice. And they're going to have some friends with them, so you can tune in tomorrow. Of course, we'll have Scott Maxwell back on tomorrow as well. Let's see what else we have going this week. Oh, Ross, I made contact with our golf bid winner.
Yes.
His name's Joe. I won't give his last name out there, but he was a gentleman who bid during the poker tournament when that one guy flaked out on us. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he came in and wrote down a giant number, put down a credit card, and then flaked. And what killed us is because he put that number down and then flaked out, nobody else got a chance to bid that night. So we had to go back out there. Thank God Jack knew what he was doing, and he put it back up on for auction, and we promoted it. And this guy, Joe, came through and bought it, I think, for even more than we got originally.
It was very generous, and all that money went to the Mustard Seed of Central Florida, and it was such a huge event for us, and that was one of the top earning items that went directly to the charity. So thanks to Joe for stepping in and grabbing that prize.
And actually, we're going to hang out with him a little bit Friday morning for the Bay Hill tournament. And then he's got to go do some traveling. And then when he gets back in the end of March, we're all going to get together and go tee it up and get some lunch and have a good time. I'm looking forward to it. He seems like a really good guy.
This is a drinking affair, right? I can drink
at Bay Hill or
Friday
when you're
morning?
playing golf?
When I'm playing golf with this guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
All right.
are you kidding? For
All right.
sure.
Let's
What,
get
do you think
it.
it was a work thing?
Yeah, I mean, technically.
Oh, buddy, we did our job. We got to go out there and have a good time, show this guy a blast. And I think he can play. I think he's a big golf fan, so I think he knows what he's doing.
Let's get it.
So I'm excited about that, man. It's coming up in the Bay Hill in town this week. And guys, I said we always just call it Bay Hill. The Arnold Palmer Invitational is in town.
Because it's easier.
I was looking at the field today. Oh, my God. You know, that show they have out full swing now has made a couple stars out of people that you would never really pay attention to on the tour, namely a guy named Joel Damon. Right? This guy is your everyday guy who just happens to be great at golf, but he's got like no self-confidence. He just constantly busts on himself. He and his buddy, his caddy, are like best friends, and they mic'd them up, and that was just a blast. As I was telling Ross, we're going to go out there and see him, and Joel Damon, a guy who would not have anybody following him usually. I mean, not many people at all. I think he's going to have a good crowd just because of this TV show. I think it's cool.
I'll be rooting for him. He's now one of my favorite golfers off of that episode.
I have to tell you, this show is exactly what the tour needs. And to be honest with you, they could spend less time with the superstars like Justin and Jordan Spieth and those guys. Everybody kind of already knows. I think they need to start building stories like Joel Damon. And the guy who won this week, Chris Kirk, had to get sober to like stay alive and keep everything, and he winds up winning. And he said in his post-tournament conference, he thanks everything to his sobriety. So there are some really good stories out there that really aren't associated with golf usually, because golfers usually have that image of having it kind of put together, and being good, college educated, and smart. But there are a lot of those guys out there that are just flying by the seat of their pants like everybody else, man.
At the same time, though, there is that stereotype of golfers and alcoholics.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of those.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that works perfectly. So if you haven't checked it out, by the way, Netflix is that show Full Swing is really, really good and very interesting. And it just gives you also an insight into this live thing. Why some of those guys with big names took all that money. It just goes to show you, even at the very top level of whatever sport may be, tennis, golf, football, baseball, whatever, when you lose your confidence, it really doesn't matter about your talent. I mean, if you don't believe you can do it, your talent is inconsequential. And it's kind of fun to watch that. Brooks Koepka is that guy. And man, you can see that dude is broken in this episode.
What would you thank your sobriety for?
Well, but because, he attributes getting sober to all the
I'm talking
success
about us four. What would you give? You're like, oh, man, if it wasn't for sobriety, I would not have been able to do this.
Well, I've never been dead sober in my life. Like, I say never. I've been drinking since I was 15 years old, in waves, one or the other. But I haven't gone very long without having a drink. I've never tried to hang it up. I don't have a drinking problem. It's not cost me anything. So I wouldn't feel like it has to.
So zero.
I would say zero. Alcohol isn't a problem in my life.
Yeah. The times the random times that I'll go on like a several month span of sobriety, it's always like, man, I am sleeping way better.
Oh yeah. Alcohol is not good in any way, shape, or form into your body. It's like one of the only toxins to every single organ in your body.
It's a poison, and we all go out and say, "Well, I'm going to have a little bit of poison," and then sometimes the next day, I had too much poison. But it's not good for any part of your body.
No, Jack, they need to stop making it taste so good, though, buddy.
That's the problem. That's why you drink too much poison.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you sometimes drink so much poison that you have to name something 9 months later, and 18 years go by, and you're like, oh, God.
Your name is Poison.
I named him Jack.
That's why you come in there like, what's your poison?
That's right.
Yeah.
Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Senior Chief Carlton Prescott and Chief Natalie Marich from the U.S. Coast Guard. I will be joining them tomorrow for the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair, 12 to 4.
You're joining the Coast Guard tomorrow?
Yeah. Could be.
Stupid joke.
Florida Now Jobs Fair at the Orlando Science Center from noon to 4 p.m.
Yeah, go check that out tomorrow. She'll be there kind of kicking off the party. Hopefully finds a bunch of Real Radio listeners and Jim Colbert Show listeners going out there to find a new job and maybe change their life. Who knows?
Yeah.
They're there for sure. Jack, Twitter polls?
Yeah, brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. on Twitter at Real Radio 1041. The question was, have you ever traveled long distance by train?
I bet it's pretty low, man. I mean, there's just no reason to do it. You have to kind of want to, maybe 18%?
47% say
Whoa.
yes.
Damn, really? God, I am a shut-in. I do nothing in my life. I have no experiences in my life. All I do is work. I got to go out and do some more stuff.
I am waiting for the day that you go to Europe.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that's 2 weeks of work, though, buddy.
That's
tough.
That's going to straight rattle your slacks.
Yeah. I can't wait to go either. Ross, you have stand-up, buddy?
Thursday, Barley and Vine, Milk District Comedy. Follow that on Instagram. Let's ride.
Very good. All right, let's do some last call here, guys. Let's do Shaquille, line 1. Last call.
Hey, Jim, since Blake Griffin is 6'9" tall, does that mean he's 69 and he tore his toes in your dreams?
Oh, my God, dude. You're the worst /best ever. Chad on line 2. Last
Legit
call.
question.
Help, I've lost my nads.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Let's go Eric on line 4. Last call.
Hey, guys, question for you. How much gunk could a gunker gunk if a gunker could gunk?
I ain't going to answer it.
Yeah, I'm not answering that either. But I do know the answer. No. Mike Larson, last call, line 5.
This is Real Radio. Jim, my life today led to finding 2 turtles near Crane's Roost in the road. I pulled over, put them in my car, walked them to the water. Number 1 turtle figured it out, got in the water. Number 2 turtle got stuck in the rocks. I stumbled and fell into Crane's Roost, and I swam out of Crane's Roost Lake today for a turtle rescue. Jim, I really need a buzzer. Quack chow.
I kind of hope that's true.
I think it is.
Yeah, it sounds very believable.
Sounds like he really hurt himself trying to save a turtle, man.
It does. I hope he's good. Party Mom, last call. Take us home.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Daisy.
Daisy who?
They see me rolling, they hating.
Oh, my God.
Rolling, trying to catch me riding dirty. Yes, they catch me riding dirty. Smoke weed every day.
Thanks, Party Mom. All right, tomorrow, Animal House. Got a couple people coming in from the Central Florida Zoo with some
amphibians.
Some amphibians, and of course, we'll have Scott Maxwell plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Labs. We will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful Tuesday evening.
Bye.
I haven't worn underwear since like 85.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Stop-and-go traffic continues from this crash north on 417 approaching John Young Parkway, taking up the left lane.